From over 100,000 global sim racers in Season 1, 32 stand above. They pushed their limits at Prodigy Week for their shot at being drafted. For 24 drivers, this is where dreams turn to reality. Inside the Williams Racing Fan Zone, presented by Kraken, in the heart of London, the inaugural Prodigy Draft will be held. 6 teams, 4 rounds, 24 drivers selected. Each receive a pro racing contract to compete in the Prodigy Three Championship. For these drivers, a life-changing opportunity, transforming their dreams into reality.
It's time to turn dreams into reality. Hi folks, Arjuna Kankipati here, live from the 2024 Prodigy Draft. We're here in the heart of London, from the Williams Fan Zone presented by Kraken, to turn sim racers into professional race car drivers. Over the last year, Racing Prodigy has been on a mission to reduce barriers to motorsport for those wishing to become professional race car drivers. Through the creation of the Prodigy Racing League, 32 of the world's most talented sim racers earned all expenses paid trip to Prodigy Week at the Atlanta Motorsports Park. They were tested on fitness, communication, and talent behind the wheel in a radical SR1, and all scored and judged through the process. Scorecards have been tabulated, and the experience that they've all gained, thanks to our coaches, the likes of Max Pappas, Boris Said, Kenton Cook, and too many more to name, have been invaluable. Combined decades of racing experience to give drivers, some of whom had never even stepped into real cars before, to get up to speed and put professional race car times down in our race car. Now they're on the cusp of going racing in the Prodigy 3 Racing Series, and we've got 6 excited teams ready to draft these drivers. 4 rounds, we'll see each of our 6 teams pick an individual driver, 24 of them to sign professional race car contracts. Let's talk about the draft and how it's all going to work, because for those that maybe have not seen a draft before, it's quite fun. Each of the teams was part of a meeting early in the week where the draft order was drawn. They've had the subsequent days to strategize who do they want on their team, and now they're ready to lock in their picks. The team that picks first in round 1 will pick last in round 2, but first in round 3, last in round 4 as well. It makes it all the more exciting for the teams to try and figure out who will still be left on the board as we get to the very end of the day. And you, the fans, you'll have your say as well. Team Sucker Punch, fueled by fans, wants you to choose who will be their draft picks in rounds 2 and 4. So make sure you stick around. You'll have the chance to pick the very last pick in the inaugural Prodigy Draft. There's a look at our 6 teams and the order in which they will be picking in the first round. Let's start to talk to some of these teams and what they're looking for in drivers, and introduce you to some of our wonderful team principals. Let's start with Team Sucker Punch, fueled by fans. I'm joined now by Brian Schmucker. And Brian, great to see you again. You were at Prodigy Week Part 2. You've got to see the journey for some of these drivers. Talk to me a little bit about what you're looking for in the drivers.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd like to first say the energy is just electric in here today, and these drivers all deserve to be here. And thanks for Williams for hosting us and providing this, and thanks for Racing Prodigy for having the guts to actually bring this to reality. So we appreciate that. What Team Sucker Punch is looking for, and what Max Pappas, who's with us, is looking for, and what the fans are hopefully looking for, is grit and no entitlement, and people that are going to work hard, that didn't have much growing up, and didn't have the luxuries and the opportunities that a lot of other folks that are in racing have. So we're kind of for the people. We are for the people. We want them to just rise and do whatever they have the ability to do, and we're going to help them get there.
And you helped Craig Laws, of course, get a PC after Prodigy Week Part 2. You've been very influential for these drivers. Thanks for being part of this journey, and we'll talk more to you throughout the rest of the day. And as mentioned, Sucker Punch fueled by fans. They're looking for you to help pick in rounds 2 and 4 to stay connected in our live stream. Let's introduce team manager number 2 now. Let's talk to Nick Dealey from G2. And of course, G2 have been a top-level esports team for more than a decade, with sim racing prowess going back for much of that as well. Talk to me, though, about what you're looking for from these sim racers to step out into the motorsports world.
There's a lot you can take from sim racing. It's not just the driving, so yeah, there'll be a lot of things that we're going to be looking at, the whole package. Yeah.
And of course, one of our 32 prodigies is part of the G2 sim racing roster, so maybe a special eye on that driver. We'll talk more to Nick throughout the course of the day as well, as they pick their 4 drivers for Team G2. Next up, very excited to announce Team Outlaws joining us here at the Prodigy Racing League, and the team principal, Laurie Burgess, is going to join us now. Laurie, great to see you again. You as well were at Prodigy Week Part 2. You got to see some of what was going on. Born in Houston but loved worldwide is the slogan for the team. What are you looking for from the drivers as they get ready to see who you'll draft?
Well, first of all, we are all about performance in Houston. Sports is a really big deal. So we are going to be looking for some drivers that have the distance to go, to really take it to the finish line and finish number 1 on the podium. But I must say, we also create a lot of content in Houston, so we're looking for some highly marketable, very charismatic drivers.
Looking for the stars.
Absolutely, and we plan to turn them into bigger stars.
Love the sound of that, and we'll hear again lots from Team Outlaws as they make their picks over the course of the day. Thanks for joining us, Laurie, and we'll see those drivers picked slightly later on. So that's 3 of our teams announced, and now let's talk about the final 3 teams. Team TC Racing, Thibaut Courtois joins us now, and Daniela Haddad, the team manager, is going to come and have a chat with us. Now, Thibaut Courtois, goalkeeper for Real Madrid, as many will know, big fan of motorsports, friend of Daniela as well, courtesy of some of the sim racing they've done in the last few years. Now, Thibaut couldn't be here today, but he made sure to send a message ready for the start of the Prodigy 3 Racing Series.
Hello everyone, Thibaut Courtois here. So, who is TC Racing? TC Racing is my racing team that I created 1 year ago. We are competing in the Formula 4 of Spain this season, and also we competed in the Dakar Rally, and now we can add Prodigy to that list. So we are a new team, but ready to keep on winning.
And as we're rejoined by Daniele, just wanted to let you know, Team Sucker Punch, fueled by fans, officially on the clock for the first pick of the 2024 Prodigy Draft. But Daniele, talk to me a little bit about Team TC Racing, of course, competing in the F4 Spanish Championship. Thibaut's got a real interest in motorsport. What are you looking for in the drivers here today?
Yes, well, first of all, congrats guys, you're doing an amazing job here. Creating this competition is a dream for everybody. So for sim racers, it's something that actually is unbelievable. TC Racing has been built by Thibaut Courtois, obviously the famous goalkeeper of Real Madrid, and he's very much involved into motorsport. He has created a Formula 4 team that is now competing into Spanish League. So yes, actually, when we had the opportunity to join this championship, we didn't think about anything else, because he is also very much involved into sim racing. So he understands that these guys needs to have the capabilities and the skills, and he takes it very seriously. So once there was the opportunity to create the opportunity for that guys to go actually real racing, we said was the good shot to take, and we are very happy to be here.
Happy to have you here as well, and looking forward to hopefully hearing a bit more from Thibaut in the future. We'll chat to Daniele plenty over the course of the day. Our 5th team competing in the Prodigy 3 Racing Series later this year will be Team Guild, and we're joined now by team principal Seb Hawkins. And Seb, wow, it's been an interesting couple of years for the team at Guild, and now stepping out into the world of motorsport. Talk to me about what this means for you as a team manager who's been in sim racing for so long, now trying to find the prodigies in the real world.
Yeah, it's a really interesting opportunity. I think something that we've worked on as a whole organisation is about career development and giving opportunity to players. And ultimately, this is the next step in sim racing. I think our industry in sim racing needs something like this to keep developing talent. For us, it was a no-brainer to get Guild on board. For us, our whole philosophy is about making sure that we look after these players and give them the biggest chances, but also help to develop them as talent. For us, this is the be-all and end-all, right? We're taking a driver from day one, giving them the opportunity to sim race, and now giving them the opportunity to go to the next step. So I think here today we've got a great organisation behind a huge opportunity for sim racers.
And of course, Thibaut Courtois, not the only football-related person. Guild, co-owned, part-owned by David Beckham. So looking forward to seeing how you go on through the rest of the draft process, and great to have you here as well, Seb.
Thank you, appreciate it.
And one more team to talk about. They were the first team announced to be racing in the Prodigy Racing Series. It's Williams Esports Prodigy Racing Team, and their team principal, Jake Hammond, is going to join us now. Jake, we'll have a chat with him maybe slightly later on. There's going to be plenty to talk about. I think for now, let's see if we can have a chat with Here he comes. Here he comes. Just waiting for him. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you. So now tell me, Williams Esports, William Racing, you've got so much experience, 6 years of being an esports team now. What are you looking for from these sim racers to go racing in the real world?
So at Williams, our vision, we looked at sim racing as it was, and we thought, hang on a minute, there's a lot of talent here, and with the right human performance program and holistic development, then we could show the world that sim racers can rival real world racers, and Racing Prodigy is the perfect platform to do that. So I guess for our roster, you're seeing us look at not just emerging talent that has extreme technical ability, but also lives our values off the track as well.
And thanks for having us here in the fan zone as well to host this Prodigy Draft. It's great to be here.
Our pleasure.
And so that is all 6 of our teams that will be racing. Thanks to the Williams Esports Prodigy Racing team for being here as well. Before we get into the draft, one more person to talk to. Let's bring in the CEO, the man with the vision, David Cook, to have a chat about what, well, this has all been about. David, it's been a wild year of competition, but I'm sure the vision's been around for a lot longer. Tell me about that vision.
Well, we know that millions around the world growing up, they wanted to be race car drivers, but they didn't have the opportunity. And we're here to change that. We're here to give them their shot.
And I've been very fortunate to be part of the journey over the last year to see 2 Prodigy weeks, the camaraderie between all the drivers, the coaches helping them out. What's it been like from your perspective, seeing that journey to now be here in London, ready to see the sim racers drafted and sign their professional racing contracts?
Well, the drivers downstairs and awaiting their names to be called are certainly anxious and nervous, as we are, but very, very excited for the opportunity. Competing against 100,000, more than 100,000 from over 100 countries. It's a global program. 32 came to Prodigy Week. 17 of them ran professional level times within their first 3 or 4 sessions. It's an unbelievable group of people, very talented, all deserving to be here. Excited to see whose names are called today.
And thank you, David, for Racing Prodigy's mission to help break down these barriers to motorsport, because we're on the cusp of going racing in this ethereal pipeline. And so that is a chat with the man with the vision. He mentioned some of the nerves, what the drivers must be feeling about right now. I'm not the only one here at London ready to talk to you. Let's go down, if we can, to the green room where Juliana's standing by and ready to talk to some of our potential draftees.
Thank you, Arjuna. Hello, everyone. I'm Juliana Daniel. And yes, I am here in the green room. Tension is high, but today I'll be giving you a behind-the-scenes look down here, but also giving you the first chat with each driver after they've been drafted upstairs. So right now we're 2 floors below where Arjuna is, and like I said, the tension is awful in here. I told them to be relaxed, but they can't. But the excitement is also very high as well, and we're going to have a chat with a couple people. Let's first off grab Jai Fletcher. Where are you? You're over here. Come on up here. Let's have a chat. Good, Jai. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
All right. Tell everyone where you're from.
Swaddling Coat, UK.
Okay, Jai. So I had the pleasure of being with Jai in Atlanta for round 2. You were always joking, cutting up with all your friends. Are you able to do that today, or are your nerves just getting the better of you? Are your palms sweaty? How are you feeling?
They are.
I knew it.
It's, first off, it's an incredible opportunity for 32 of the best to be here for the opportunity. I'm very nervous. I have been all week. But I did my best. It's out of my control now. Hopefully the team see something in me.
Well, do you have a a specific team you hope to be picked by, or are you just happy with anyone?
Of course, I'll be happy for any opportunity. But growing up, I'm into my heritage Formula One. So Nigel Mansell in the FW14B, Adelaide when his tyre blown up. So I'd say Williams, but if anyone wants to, it's fine.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Jai. We're happy to have you here today, and hopefully we'll be chatting with you later. You too. All right. Next, we're going to bring up Amy Frame. Come on up here. Amy Frame, tell everyone where you're from.
I'm from North Yorkshire in the UK.
All right, so Amy, you are one of 2 females here in the group. Does that make you feel less nervous because you have less competition, or does it make you feel more nervous because you're only 2?
I don't know really. It probably makes me feel just like anyone else is feeling in here. Like everyone's drivers at the end of the day, we're all here for the same thing.
Do you feel like, though, that you've had to work harder or do different things because being a female, or?
Not entirely, no.
Is there one thing that stood out to you from the second round, because you were part of Atlanta week 2, that made you be like, yes, this is totally for me?
Definitely just sitting in the cars for the first time. Even when we were going out behind the BMWs in the rain, the feeling was just so surreal.
Well, we're happy to have you here, and hopefully we'll be chatting with you upstairs.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right, well, I know that the clock was started a little bit ago, and I believe we have our first pick already in. So are you guys ready for the first pick? All right, we're going to send it back up to Arjuna.
And wow, I can only imagine the nerves in that room. And let's not make them wait too much longer. Let's get ready for the first pick in the inaugural Prodigy Draft. And let's welcome back to the stage team principal for Team Sucker Punch, fueled by fans, Brian Schmucker.
Nervous too. It's not an easy decision to make, for sure.
Well, you've made the decision. And so, with the first pick in the inaugural Prodigy Draft, Team Sucker Punch, fueled by fans, picks Thomas Bellerman from the USA. Team G2 is now on the clock.
Yeah, so Thomas, we're so delighted. We're sorry that you're not here, but you're the epitome of what Racing Prodigy is. You worked at a bakery to provide funds to have a sim machine. You had the opportunity to go to Virginia Tech to study mechanical engineering. You decided to pursue a career in racing. You burned the boat at the edge of the water. That's all in, and that's what we want at Sucker Punch, and that's what the fans want. We want grit, we want scrappiness, no entitlement, and we're really excited. We're going to save this hat for you and this T-shirt for you when we finally see you. But we're excited. Congratulations, you deserve it.
And so Thomas Bellerman does join us remotely from California. Just a reminder, Team G2 is on the clock for the second pick in the 2024 Prodigy Draft. Thomas Bellerman, what a story as well. He races Spec Miatas. We know just how quick he can be. It was the approach to Prodigy Week as well that stood out in so many ways. And so it's definitely a worthy first pick in the Prodigy Draft. Let's throw it on over in a few moments' time, if we can, to Juliana, who's going to be chatting with Brian. You can see that Thomas is on the screen with me right now. Unfortunately, he can hear me. I can't hear him. There are his scorecard stats. Overall prospect score of a 94.6. And you could see it wasn't just on track where he delivered, off track as well. The media training, something that we definitely saw the right side of him as well, talking through that decision to take a gap year from college, be able to pursue his dreams of going into motorsport. And while unfortunately the Frenchman who now resides in California is not here today, the first pick in the 2024 Prodigy Draft. Well, still hoping that we can throw things over to Juliana with Brian in a couple of moments' time. You saw, of course, all of these drivers are going to get team shirts, team hats, and for the drivers that aren't here, they'll be mailed out to them. That when we go racing later this year, they've got them ready to go. Let's throw it on over there to Juliana, who's ready to chat with Thomas and has got Brian standing by.
Oh, gotta love live, don't we? Okay, I believe our mic is now working. Brian,
Yes.
we are here. You have just made your first pick.
Yeah.
Tell us how you decided. It happened pretty quickly. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. It was not an easy thing to do. We have 32 very good drivers from all over the world. They're all deserving of being here. But Thomas stood out in our mind, like I mentioned earlier, just a few seconds ago with Arjuna. He worked at a bakery to provide enough money to buy a low-quality sim machine. He had an opportunity to study mechanical engineering at a very prominent school. He didn't grow up in a race family. He didn't have money growing up. So that's the kind of person that we think has the drive and the intrinsic motivation to just kill it with no entitlement, no, just guts. And that's what we want. And that's Thomas.
He and I had a couple conversations in Atlanta, and he is a very easy person to talk to, humble. He's actually headed to my alma mater in the fall. He deferred to Virginia Tech.
Right.
I was a graduate of Virginia Tech, and I joked with him in Atlanta, and I wish I could talk to him now that he needs to learn our fight song. So Thomas, if you're listening, I hope you've learned the fight song. If you haven't, give me a call. But you guys made a great choice. It's really fun to see you be the first one. Make history. Thomas, you've made history as being the first drafted person for this racing series. It's fun to be here. Thank you so much, Brian. I know I'll be talking to you a bunch later on.
Yeah. And real quick on Thomas, you're not only are you a great, scrappy young man, but you're also really fast in a race car. And Max Pappas is part of our group, part of our team, and he thinks very highly of Thomas. So it was a group decision, but you're a great race car driver, and we're going to make you better.
Well, I believe we actually have Thomas now here on our screen. Thomas, I know you just heard what Brian said, or were you not logged in yet?
Oh, no, I was listening to everything you said. It's truly incredible what he said, and all the kind words he said to me. It's everything that I've done and all the grit that I've been using to make this dream a possibility. So I'm really, grateful for this opportunity from him and all the kind words he said.
So Thomas, I have to ask you, because Brian brought up, what was your job at the bakery?
So I was working as a front of house attendant. So I did everything in terms of packaging the local goods or doing the register. And then recently I got trained to become a barista. So I also handle the coffee side of things. So I'm kind of just a front of house person to the bakery.
Kind of like a jack of all trades there. I like it. Okay, so my next question, and now I have you. Have you learned the fight song for Virginia Tech?
Unfortunately not. I'm going to be sad to say that I did not. I know. I'm so sorry.
Come on, I thought for sure you would have done it. All right, do I need to teach it to you?
Probably, yes.
Okay, I will. We'll talk off camera. All right, Thomas. Well, congratulations to you, Brian. Congratulations to you as well and your team. And we'll be chatting with you guys soon. Arjuna, I'm going to walk this mic over to you and hand it back to you.
Yes, hello. Joys of live broadcasting. We'll share this mic for the time being. But what an exciting moment. The first pick in the inaugural Prodigy Draft. And already the second pick is now in. So let's welcome back to the stage Team G2 and their team principal, Nick Dealey, who joins me now. You'll slide this piece of paper into my hand. And so with the second pick in the inaugural Prodigy Draft, Team G2 picks Nikodem Wisniewski from Poland. I'm guessing there wasn't too much of a doubt in that decision. Nick, talk to us a little bit about Nico.
He obviously excels on a sim, no doubts about that, time after time. So yeah, hopefully this can be his big opportunity on the real track, and we're happy to give it to him.
And of course, he joined G2 earlier this year. Talk to us about what it's been like working with him in the sim world and how you think that's going to translate into the real world.
He'll be fine, I think. He works really hard in the sim, and yeah, he'll put just as much, if not more, into the real world.
We'll send Nick off to have a chat with Juliana and with Nikodem in a few moments' time. But Nikodem, up on your screen right now, I've just got to say, what a intelligent approach to racing sometimes that we see from him. Competes at the top level of sim racing on multiple platforms. Was competing yesterday in ESL R1's final online round before they head to the Esports World Cup. And Nikodem, very much a driver that was earmarked as a potential first round pick here in this inaugural Prodigy Draft. Let's take a look at his stats as well to talk about all of that. And just a reminder, Team Outlaws is now on the clock. Nikodem shine not just on track, but I think in the data analysis as well. Some of that sim racing experience really helping him to make his case. Here are those stats You can see the it factor as well, 93.0. There's just this calm, cool assuredness that comes when you hang out with Nikodem Wisniewski, and not our only Polish driver here in our list of 32 prodigies. I think, though, with our clock now ticking down for the third pick in round number 1, let's throw it over to Giuliano, who's got Nick, as well as Nikodem standing by.
Well, we're still having a fun time with the mics over here. But I was saying, I hope that I'm going to have Nico back on screen to chat with him for a little bit. But in the meantime, Nick, you have just made your first selection of this draft. Tell us how your team decided to pull Nikodem.
Pretty straightforward, really. He's obviously part of our esports team, so it makes sense to extend this opportunity that we've got in real life to give him a chance on the real track.
Perfect. Was there anything that stuck out to you guys or him over the other drivers?
Probably a difficult one to answer. Obviously, we worked with him in the past, so we know how hard he works. Yeah, it's quite an easy choice in the end.
Perfect. And I think we do have Nico back on screen. Nico, hello. How are you?
Hello. Yes. Really good. Really good. Arjuna said something about the ESL yesterday, and I was like, oh, I don't want to forget about it. But yeah, today is a new day, and yeah, great opportunity in front of us. Really happy that I can be with G2, both in the sim racing and the real world racing as well. So yeah, the whole package from the team. So really looking forward for the good racing in the USA.
Amazing. Well, Nico, I am curious from your standpoint. You just signed your contract recently with G2, and now you're with them again. What is it about you that they love?
Well, I think in general it's a really good thing for both for me and for the team to have like really combined deal, not only in the sim racing world but also in the real world. I think that it's beneficial for both parts. I think I can deliver still in the sim racing world, and that's my real focus in the main sim racing competition. But also, when I have the opportunity to try Unreal, of course, I was chasing this dream when I was a bit younger. Now things change, but still I have got that desire to race. So yeah, really happy to be in the team, and I think that we can only find the positives from that cooperation, and maybe we can make a transition like to learn something from the real to virtual and to the other way around. So yeah, really cool thing.
Amazing. Okay, really quickly, is your family there with you right now?
Yeah, my daughter is in the next room, but
and how is your wife doing? I know you all have a little one on the way.
Yeah. No, I can't show you the second one, sorry.
No, is your wife doing well? I know you guys have a little one on the way.
Yeah. Of course, it's like, mixed feelings day by day. It's not easy, but trying to support her, and yeah, really looking forward what is gonna be in the next 2 months.
Amazing. Well, congratulations to you, Nico. We're excited to have you as part of our season, and right now we're gonna hand this mic back over to Arjuna and get the next pick in.
Thank you, Giuliano. Always great to chat with these drivers, and hoping that maybe our next pick might be someone who's downstairs and waiting to walk up here and receive their jersey in person. And so let's get ready for the third pick in our inaugural Prodigy Draft, and welcome back to the stage Team Outlaws and their team principal, Laurie Burgess. Hi, Laurie. Slid the pick over to me. And so with the third pick in the 2024 Prodigy Draft, Team Outlaws picks Alexandro Vielma from the USA. I can hear the applause going on downstairs. I can only imagine the reaction from Alexandro. Let's see what's going on downstairs in the green room. One thing that we knew about Alexandro is just how much this opportunity meant to him. You'll have a chance to talk to him in a moment, Laurie, but tell me a little bit about what you saw in Alexandro.
Oh my goodness, he is just a winner all the way. He's a top performer. I love the fact that he's been on track racing for his career, but has now become a sim specialist, which is super important for us as an esports organization. And then he's oozing with charisma and potential to be an exceptional content creator.
And so Team TC Racing is now officially on the clock as Alexandro Vialma joins us up here on the stage, ready to get his team shirt and his team hat. I see him just out of the corner of my eye right now, celebrations and a big smile on his face.
Definitely. We're so happy for you. Do we put this on?
Yes,
do we dare mess with his beautiful hair?
I guess so. Yes. Oh my gosh, so many emotions right now. I think I'm still a little shaken up, but.
So what we'll do, sit on those emotions. We're going to send you off to Juliana, and we'll have a proper chat. Just a reminder, Team TC Racing is now officially on the clock. Alexandro Vialma, the pick for Team Outlaws here at the Prodigy Draft. Alexandro, someone who I think impresses us not just with the on-track and off-track stuff, but physical fitness as well, something that we've definitely seen him take a marked interest in. You see the smile on his face, the content that he produces as well is definitely something to keep an eye on. There's his scorecard. Look at the off-track score, 97.3. He's got the it factor in spades as well, projected first-round draft, and the 19-year-old now ready to sign a professional racing contract. Let's head over to where Juliana's standing by with team manager and the new team driver ready for a chat.
Yes, we are here. You guys can see the chat.
For sure, it's a Shark Tank. And a lot of nerves this entire week, so to be here.
Let me just make sure everyone at home. Sorry, we're having a lot of mic fun today. So just to recap, I want to make sure everyone at home could know what I asked you about. But I said in Atlanta, you showed your athleticism, your personality, who you are. Now you're with Team Outlaws. Are you ready?
100%. I mean, it's like I said, it's the start of all the hard work. You know, it's incredible to see what we accomplished in this year, and incredible to be part of something so massive and making history here today. So to do it with Team Outlaws and their mission and what they're trying to achieve, it's an honor. So let's get to work. That's the start right now. Yeah.
Well, I have a question. So you have I'm not going to say a motto that you stand behind, but working hard for things is, I forget how you worded it, but if you could help me remember, it was something to the effect of everything your dreams are worth working for. Yes, it always pays off.
They're always worth fighting for. Yes.
How did you come up with that, and how do you instill that in everyday life?
I think it's a blessing when you get to wake up every day and do what you love, and you know, God has allowed me to do that and put my faith forward. And when you charge for something as big as motorsports and what you want to do, it's one of those questions of, you know, if I wake up every morning fighting for a dream that I know a lot of people say is impossible, that I know people might doubt, as long as I believe in myself and I believe in that dream, then it's worth fighting for. And motor racing is what I've always wanted to do. It's what I've had the passion for my entire life. So to do it here now, even when things seem so unlikely with Prodigy, it's an incredible experience, and I hope that people can be inspired by this and move into their own dreams and their own ambitions.
Well, it's really good that you believe in yourself and you have God on your side. You also have Lori on your side. I'm curious, like, I know you're going to make him a star on the track and behind on the car. How are you going to do it outside of it? Because you've mentioned that a lot. I'm curious. I'm sure he's curious too.
A little bit, just a little.
So we have a huge content-oriented organization based in Houston, which we will have him join us in Houston, where we're producing a tremendous amount of content, whether it be video content, VOD content, streaming content, live broadcasts, all sorts of things. So he's going to become a household name in this country for sure. And our motto at the Outlaws is all in. So there is nobody better that personifies what we're all about than somebody who's all in to win every step of the way.
Well, I love that we've kind of all had this all intertwined. We're all on the same team up here. So congratulations to both of you. We're really happy. Congratulations to you. And then we're going to send it back over to Arjuna. And do you need your mic as well? Let me weave through the cameras behind the scenes. You guys can't see this at home, but here we go.
Always great to see the team principal, the driver in person and get that emotion as well. Of course, not all of our drivers could be here, and so we're glad that at the very least Thomas and Nico were able to join us on Zoom. Time now for the next pick in the Prodigy Draft, though. So let's welcome to the stage Team TC Racing's team principal, Daniele Haddad, once again.
Here I am.
Here he is again. And so, with the fourth pick in the inaugural Prodigy Draft, Team TC Racing picks Gustavo Ariel from Brazil. You see the pump of the fist, and that's a man that no matter what he's doing, he wants to be racing. He told me in Prodigy Week Part 1, if it was sim racing that paid his bills, he was happy to do that. If he could sign the professional race car contract, he would be thrilled to do so as well. And he was one of the top performers on track across the Prodigy Week competition. A message though from Thibaut Courtois for his brand new driver.
I want to wish good luck to all the drivers participating in this draft. I hope you all get a chance to drive. And the 4 drivers that will be in TC Racing, I'm really looking forward to meet you guys and to have some exciting season. See you.
And so Gustavo has made his way up from the driver's area. Gustavo, join us now.
Thanks, mate. All good.
And so Team Guild is now on the clock. Gustavo, here is your brand new t-shirt and hat for Team TC Racing as the 4th pick in the Prodigy Draft. We'll send you over to have your chat with Giuliano. We'll put the stats up on screen as the clock ticks down as well for the 5th pick in the first round of the Prodigy Draft. And Gustavo, as mentioned, excelled on track, but also really showed why not just Tony Kanaan a couple of years ago took interest in him in the sim racing world, but the end of last year signed with Team Redline, the team that now is owned in part by Max Verstappen. And Gustavo has been going from strength to strength, winning races in the likes of the Porsche Esports Super Cup and so many more. Let's hand it over, though, to him and to his new team principal standing by with Giuliano.
Thank you, Arjuna. Gustavo, you have been said around the Prodigy Racing team, you have it all, inside, outside of the car. How do you do it?
Yeah, it's amazing to be here first. Of course, I'm struggling a bit with my English, so maybe that's an off-track, not a main point for me. But, to be here at London, it's amazing. Of course, we did Prodigy Part 1, so we didn't see all of these guys since November. But to be here and see all of this thing happening, it's amazing. Of course, to be chosen by Daniele, by Thibaut, and all of the guys, it's a pleasure. Of course, I won the chase competition, so I was dreaming with this moment all of this year. And of course, competing in the highest level in sim racing this year was very nice and gave me more chance to keep doing this on the real life track as well. So yeah, I'm very happy, and thank you so much for everyone who's involved. And my girlfriend at home, and really happy. Thanks so much the Brazilian community as well. Keep supporting me, and Max, Team Redline, all the sim racing team as well. It's giving me this opportunity to do my real life thing as well. It's amazing.
Now, I was going to ask you about your girlfriend. Her name's May, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did my homework. You've said that you've practiced about 10 hours a day. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it's accurate, of course. Yeah.
So I'm curious. How does May feel about this practice schedule that you keep?
Well, we live together since 2020 on the end of the year, so we're very young, but we live together since that time. So I think we help a lot. She's doing things at work, and she's very young as well. She's 3 years younger than me. She's 19 now, going to turn 20 this month. 2 days before me will be.
Happy early birthday to both of you.
Yeah, thanks. And we support each other a lot. I think we're very mature, and this helps me a lot on the sim racing, because when you have a girlfriend or a supporter who is putting you on the top, every thing on your life starts to grow. So that's one of the biggest things. Of course, everyone is asking me if this is not good for your career. Of course, you need to hang out. You're just 22, but I'm very focused on what I have to do. So that's why I'm here now. That's why I'm having these opportunities, and I'll keep working on that.
Well, it's lovely that you have that support at home. You now have another support with Daniele and TC Racing. Congratulations to you. We are going to hand this back over to Arjuna. I believe we have our next pick in. All right.
Indeed, we are getting ready to close out this first round of the Prodigy Draft. Just 2 more teams left to make their picks. Let's welcome up to the stage team principal for Team Guild, Seb Hawkins, once again, as we get ready for the 5th pick in the Prodigy Draft. He slides the pick on over to me. And so indeed, with the 5th pick in the inaugural Prodigy Draft, Team Guild picks Laurens Beerten from Belgium. A professional 737 pilot, now flying high in the real world. Team Williams Esports is now on the clock as well, as Laurens makes his way up to join his new team principal and the rest of the drafted drivers that are now sitting by the waiting area. Laurens has been a karter going back almost a decade, competed in GT Academy in 2014, and 10 years later, he will get his dream turned true. He will sign a professional racing contract and go racing later this year in the Prodigy 3 Racing Series. And to quote Brian Till, who was alongside in the commentary booth during the Prodigy Week action, Laurens, with his analytical approach, very reminiscent of a pilot, really excelled in the way that he impressed. Let's take a look at his scorecard as well, and you'll see all of that. Here he is actually standing by with his new team principal. The moment he's been waiting for. And there is the brand new Team Guild driver, Laurens Beerten. Big smile on his face, Laurens. We'll send you on over to the waiting area with the rest of the drafted drivers. Seb as well. And a chat to be had with Giuliano. But that now is 5 draftees in this inaugural Prodigy Draft. Just 1 more pick in this first round as Team Williams Esports are on the clock. Let's hand it over to Giuliano, ready to chat with our newly drafted driver.
Thank you, Arjuna. Let me make my way back over here. Laurens, congratulations to you. I think it's safe to say that this new venture you're about to take on is a little bit different than your day job.
Yeah, it is. First of all, I want to thank Team Guild for the belief in me. I really appreciate it. If you would tell me 10 years ago that I would be a professional pilot in a plane and in a race car, I would definitely not believe you. So I'm almost speechless. And together with Team Guild, we are going to work hard. We're going to try to come out of top. And I want to be together with Team Guild and Racing Prodigy the example of undiscovered talent, just coming from a mobile game to a complete professional racing driver. I want to prove together with the team that it doesn't matter from where your background is, from where you come from, if you're a man or a woman, that everyone can do it who deserves it.
We love to hear that, and it sounds like you have everything ready in your brain. What do you have in store for him?
Yeah, I think it's as we said, you know, it's an interesting way to get this spot, and even with your professional career and what you do in motorsport. I think for me, it looked like the perfect story for us as a team to also have somebody from a slightly augmented version of sim racing as well, like the way that you've got there. But you're a pilot, you know what you're doing, and it takes hours to learn that, but it also takes a certain level of person to learn that. So I think from my side, if you've got the pace and you've got the performance which we've seen from the Prodigy Week, from my side, it's a no-brainer. So it's a pleasure to have you on board.
All right, Laurens, I'm curious, do you think it's your athleticism or your brains that gets you to where you are today? Because, by the way, he's very smart as well. Your major was chemistry in college, correct?
Yes, but let's prefer the pilot career.
They're all very important accomplishments.
Yes, I think you need the whole package to be successful, and the mental aspect is also very important. So I'm more than ready for this adventure, and we're going to give her all.
Well, we're excited to see you. I think we are ready to head back over to Arjuna. Arjuna, maybe we are not. I'm looking over. You guys can't see what I can see, but I think we're ready. I believe we have a pick that's in. Arjuna, we just chatted about brains and beauty over here. I'm going to hand it back over to you.
Thank you very much, Giuliano. We're almost done with the first round in this inaugural Prodigy Draft. Let's welcome up to the stage team principal for Team Williams Esports, Ben Hawkins, who's got his pick in hand. He's been waiting a little bit for this pick, but it's finally in. And so, with the final pick in round 1, the 6th pick in the inaugural Prodigy Draft, Team Williams Esports draft Ciro Zambra from Switzerland. When he jumped into the Radical SR1s and our BMWs at Prodigy Week, Ciro had only ever been in a race car and a road car on one previous occasion. He slowly got better, showed off his improvement, and over the last 6 or 7 months since Prodigy Week Part 1, watching his content on social media as he showcases his personality to the rest of the racing world has been great to see. Let's take a look at his scorecard as well and see the breakdown of how his various stats were all judged by our team of coaches, fitness experts, and even psychological experts as well. So much went into the process of getting these drivers' scorecards done and evaluated. Ciro makes his way to the top of the stairs, says hi to David Cook, CEO of Racing Prodigy, and now joins us here on the stage, ready to receive his team shirt and his team hat from his new team principal. A big hug, a big smile, and Ciro Zambra becomes the 6th driver drafted in the inaugural Prodigy Draft. Ciro, I'll ask you to make your way over here to the waiting area with the rest of the drafted drivers. Ben will join you as well. And officially now, our first round of the Prodigy Draft is in the books. We've still got 3 more rounds to go, so don't go anywhere. Clock's going to slightly change as well. We'll talk about that in a few moments' time. But I'm going to throw it over to Juliana, who's ready to have a chat once again with a very, very happy driver who's just about to sign a professional racing contract.
Excuse me? All right, we are making our way back over here. Ciro, congratulations. Arjuna just mentioned it. You had never driven a car up until week 1. How did you get here?
Well, I don't know. My heart is beating so fast right now. Literally, it's so amazing to be picked by Williams. I mean, I couldn't have imagined that when I started sim racing like 3-4 years ago, and it all just means so much to me, and it all starts here. And yeah, I'm looking forward to fighting for Williams, and it really means a lot to me.
Do you have any family that's here with you today?
Yes, my father is here downstairs. I think, yeah, I'm very thankful that he's here and he's watching me too and supporting me. And a lot of guys are at home watching me. So greetings to you all.
Right there, that camera.
Thank you for always supporting me, and I'll keep on pushing. You know, it's my dream, and thank you for all the ones that came over from Instagram and watching. Thank you so much.
Amazing. All right, Ciro. So, Ben, you have just selected Ciro. He's ready to fight. What do you guys have in store for him?
Yeah, so I just want to say on record that I met this young man a few months ago, was fortunate outside of this competition, and I've worked in professional sport for a long time now, done a lot in talent identification and psychology, and this guy's got it. Like, as soon as I met him, I could tell that. At the point of meeting, he wasn't quite ready for our pro esports, but I knew that there's something in there, and I'm really looking forward to giving him the human performance program that he needs so that he can show everyone what he's made of out on track. Doesn't matter how much he's been in the car, he's shown already how much he can adapt, so we're really excited.
Well, this is exciting for you. It's so fun to watch and be a part of. We're going to look forward to seeing you this fall. It seems like you're going to be a big part of this team, and for everyone else, it's going to be part of your teammates, which you'll find out soon. So right now, I'm going to hand it back over to Arjuna to recap the first round that you guys just watched. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Juliana. What we are going to do now with all of the first round drafts officially in the books, we're going to get the 4 drivers that are here at the Williams Fan Zone in London, presented by Kraken, to grab a photo. The 2 drivers on Zoom, unfortunately, won't be a part of that, and we'll get ready for round 2. Let's take a look, though, at the 6 drafted drivers and exactly who they're going to be, because, of course, we talked about the first 2 being on Zoom, Thomas Bellerman and Nikodem Wisniewski. After that, Gustavo Ariel, Lawrence Beerton, Ciro Zambra, and Alexander Viema, all with very big smiles. And all of these drivers, potential first-round draft picks, up inside of the top half of our 32 prodigies in terms of the scorecard. Just taking a look, though, at the rest of the scorecard and who maybe stood out as names to watch for in round 2. Keep an eye for maybe Eduardo Leo, Brandon Hawkin. There are so many talented drivers, though, that want to be here, making their case. And really, these teams, they have an unenviable task of just finding 4 drivers to represent them in the Prodigy 3 Racing Series later this year. We are almost ready to go, though, for round 2 of the Prodigy Draft. Let's get ready for that. Stay tuned. It's coming up in a few moments' time.
Prodigies are born. Some wait in the wings, ready to lift off. They just need a platform. That platform is here. It's time to change the game. Now is your time. You come from all walks of life, from all over the world. You've been through every bump in the road, wondered if it's worth it. But you're fueled by doubters. You've put in the long hours, thousands of laps, given all that you have. It's your time.
We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the skies. We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the skies. We about to change the game. We about to change the game. Let's go.
And welcome back inside to the Williams Fan Zone presented by Kraken for the 2024 Prodigy Draft. 6 drivers have just seen their dreams turn to reality and they're ready to sign professional racing contracts. And now we get to do that process 3 more times. For rounds 2, 3, and 4, just a reminder, the clock gets reduced from 5 minutes down to 4 as teams have less time to make their decisions, and we flipped the order around. So Team Williams Esports, that were the last team to pick in round number 1, they are the first to pick here in round number 2. And I'll give you a reminder as well to stay around till the very end of round number 2, because Team Sucker Punch, fueled by fans, wants you to help them pick who will be representing them from this second round of the draft. Stay tuned in our live stream chat to make sure your voice is heard and to help lead this fan-led revolution in motorsports. Of course, Team Williams Esports is already on the clock at this point, and so their team manager, with back-to-back picks, may just have his pick in round number 2. What we should probably try and do, though, if we can, go back down to the green room, check in with some anxious drivers, 6 already drafted, and now the rest of our prodigies waiting to see exactly what's going to happen. Let's see if we can check in with Juliana and the drivers downstairs here at the Williams Fan Zone presented by Kraken.
Thank you, Arjuna. Yes, I am down here in the green room again, and I'm actually going to bring over Brenna and Camden. Come on over here, you guys. We're going to squeeze in right here. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit because we were upstairs with Lori Burgess, and you guys heard how big social media is for most anything in today's world. But you guys are pretty active, and I just want to get a feel for what you guys do and how you decide. But also to just to teach the fans out there watching, this is also a big part of it. So Brenna, I'm going to start with you. And I have to say, if you guys don't follow her, you need to, because she's quite funny. Your videos make me laugh all the time. They're kind of like spoofs. But how did you start your social media?
Yeah, so basically, I knew that I wanted to kind of make funny racing-related content. All my content involves racing some way or another, but I try to make it interesting, what's going to catch the eye for people. And I kind of started doing some skits, like some racing-related dating skits or stuff like that, because I feel like it's just funny, especially being, a girl in racing. There's not many of us, so stuff like that, and just some other cool skits that I think would attract attention.
Well, like I said, it's really funny to watch. You have to tune in. All right, now Camden, yours is a little bit more put together, buttoned up. Do you have to practice these things, or does it just come naturally? Because again, if you don't follow, you'll need to follow everyone here. But these are just 2 I had to just grab really quickly when I ran down here. So Camden, how did you develop your social media presence?
There's some videos that are definitely take 1 or 2 to 3 takes, but no, I think we kind of just have fun with it. And a lot of the videos we do, I started doing videos when I was 5 with my quarter midget racing. So we kind of started it as a joke, the social media side. Just did little fun post-race interviews when I was younger, and now it's turned into something that is very important, as you know, and racing is very dependent on the networking and the people you know, and I think social media is one of the best ways to do that and sell your personality, sell yourself. Racing is mainly about on track, but the off track stuff matters just as much. You got to be good off the track as well if you want to make a career in it, and it's something that I've been working hard on, especially the past few years, to get better at.
Do you guys have people that all your stuff?
I do all of my editing and kind of I write like the jokes for the skits and stuff like that. So at this point, I don't have a team, but yeah.
Yeah, and
My dad is a big part in it. He does all of the editing, and then I post it and all that stuff. But he does all the kind of behind the scenes, like post-production stuff. He's always the one behind the camera. So my dad definitely helps out a ton with that side of things as well.
Well, like I said, we love to see it. Like you said, it's a big part. Hopefully, we'll be chatting with you guys a little bit later upstairs. But right now, I believe, Arjuna, we have our next pick, and we're going to throw it back up to you for that.
Wow. I can only imagine the tension, the nerves down in that room. Great to catch up with Camden Hibbett and Brenner Schubert, two of our drivers that also could be very well targets here in round 2 of the inaugural Prodigy Draft. Without further ado, let's get into the second round because the pick is in for Team Williams Esports. Let's welcome back to the stage their team manager, Ben Hawkins. Back-to-back picks for them. Makes it, I guess, slightly easier in some ways.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, it'll make more sense when I speak to Juliana about this pick, but it ties in with my last pick as well. I'm really excited for this one.
Well, without further ado, the first pick in the second round of the Prodigy Draft, the 7th overall pick, Team Williams Esports Draft, Nathan Saxon from the United States. Nathan not here because he's racing and coaching out there in the world of Mazda racing, so he joins us on Zoom. But what a capable driver, and we saw finishing second in the Prodigy Chase competition exactly how quick he can be. Of course, Ben, you've got the team shirt and team hat to send over to him. We've got Team Guild on the clock. We'll send you over to have your chat with Juliana. Just a reminder as well, let's take a look at the scorecard if we can for Nathan Saxon, because second in our inaugural Prodigy Chase competition back in Prodigy Week Part 1 last October and November. It was really cool seeing him and Gustavo Ariel going hammer and tongs in that very final session of on-track action. The 27-year-old now making sure that he's not just learning and getting better as a driver, he's coaching and helping others as well, and he's got it all. The 27-year-old now officially drafted by Team Williams Esports. I think we can throw it over now to Juliana, though, ready to have a chat with team manager and new team driver.
We are still playing with the mic up here. Again, I wanted to say, Nathan, congratulations to you. I hope you can hear me. Let's double check that first.
I can hear you. Thanks,
Okay.
Juliana. I can sympathize with what
Perfect.
you guys have going on.
Nathan, I wanted to ask you, you have a lot of jobs right now. Are you ready to add this new one to your regimen?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is the culmination of everything that I've been working for, both off track, on track, and in the simulator when I get the opportunity. It's an absolute honor. It's Williams. I mean, there's no bigger name in international motorsports. So to get their validation of what this has all come to is incredible.
Well, Nathan, we're excited. Ben, what made you guys choose Nathan in this draft today?
Yeah, so I've been really fortunate with the way that the drafts worked, actually, having 2 picks back-to-back, because these 2 picks, my last pick and Nathan's pick, were kind of combined. Because I look at Nathan and I see there's someone here that's incredibly experienced and someone that can mentor and coach and brings a lot more than just his ridiculous pace that he has. So, yeah, at Williams, one of our values and pillars is lifelong learning, and I can certainly see that that's something that Nathan shares as well, and I'm looking forward to working with him and the rest of our team.
We're excited. Nathan, congratulations. Ben, congratulations to you. We have more picks coming up. And I believe, Arjuna, you have your own mic now?
We'll see if this works. Hopefully it does. But yes, ready now for the next pick in round 2 of the 2024 Prodigy Draft. Of course, Team Guild will put on the clock. Let's welcome back their team manager to the stage. Seb Hawkins joins me now. He'll slide over, making sure to make sure no one else can see it. And so, with the 8th pick in the 2024 Prodigy Draft, Team Guild pick Will Redford from the United Kingdom. Will was a standout in Prodigy Week Part 2, such to the extent that Radical UK put him in the car a couple of weeks ago to go racing in the Radical UK series. Podiums across the board, impressed everybody, and including his new team manager, Seb Hawkins. He'll join us up here in a few moments' time, and Will Redford now officially drafted. Team TC Racing are next up onto the clock as well. So Thibaut Courtois Racing, the next team that we'll be picking. Just waiting for our driver to emerge from beyond the horizon. Here he is.
No, pleasure's on me. Here you go, here's a hat. Straight away.
And so we'll send the two of them over to the waiting area. We'll take a look at Will Redford's scorecard as well. As mentioned, really impressed us in on-track activity. But I can tell you, I drove him to the airport actually to fly back from Prodigy Week Part 2, and we had a really good conversation about everything that Will's involved in. Not just, of course, in the world of sim racing, but he's a mechanic in the real world. Gives him, I think, a bit of experience when it comes to understanding what he wants from a car. And the 19-year-old, as mentioned, raced in the Radical UK Cup a couple of weeks ago, and now gets ready to race in Radicals once again, this time as a full-time professional racing driver. Let's throw it over to our waiting area. Juliana's got the new driver standing by.
Well, congratulations to you. You have just made one of your biggest dreams become a reality. What are you feeling?
I think I was a little bit nervous then. It took a little bit longer than maybe what I was hoping to get picked. I know it's only the second round, but I will say that. Honestly, for me, this is a culmination of everything I've been working towards. I've put in a lot of work over the past few years, raising sponsorship money to go racing, putting together the contacts and putting myself in places that I can actually go and do this as a full-time career. And together with Guild Esports and the Racing Prodigy, I'm hoping that this is my big shot to make it all happen.
Well, I have to ask you, you just had a big moment with the Radical UK recently. How was that experience?
Yeah, so following on from the Prodigy Week shootout, I was offered basically a factory drive for a weekend with Radical in the UK Cup in an SR1. Very different to what I was expecting after driving the cars in America. These ones are a little bit quicker, a little more spicy, but honestly, it was an amazing experience. Came away with pole, a win, and 2 podiums. So I'm hoping that I can take this into racing over in the States and prove what I've got.
All right, well, Team Guild, you have just picked Will. What do you guys have in store for him?
I think it's like before. I think you're just a rising talent, right? We can see what you're up to and what you're doing. And I think you're UK based, which was always something on our cars that we were after. And having you a part of our brand is awesome. And having you on board for us is a great experience because we get to see what you're doing in the real world and help support. But ultimately, I think your steps that you're making are great. And I think this is going to alleviate that even more. But also, it kind of brings you back to the sim racing world. You've got that understanding. You can use that as a tool now to help keep pushing your career even further forward. So, yeah, congratulations. Good to have you on board.
Well, congratulations to both of you. Arjuna, I believe I heard through my ear that our next pick is in. Am I correct? Sending it back to you.
Thank you very much, Juliana, as we get ready now for the next pick in the Prodigy Draft. Let's welcome back to the stage team principal for Team TC Racing, Daniela Haddad. You'll slide over the pick once again.
Wait a second, I'll try to do my job.
And so, with the 9th pick in the 2024 Prodigy Draft, Team TC Racing pick Lorenz Herzing from Austria. And I can hear the reaction. I can already see the smile from the young Lorenz. He's been through so much in the world of sim racing. He's going through Flight Academy right now. He'll be heading off to the US to actually get his practical training in later on this year, hoping he can tie it up with now his full-time commitments as a professional racing car driver for Team TC Racing and the Prodigy Racing League later this year. With Lorenz, the thing that always stands out about him A, the smile, but B, the positivity, the way that he approaches it. And if you take a look at the scorecard, you see a lot of that similar stuff as well reflected in the off-track and the it factor nature of those scores. I want to give a shout out, by the way, they're not here with us, but the likes of Pitfic, Dr. Ashley Whitson, Dr. Nick Molinaro, all of the people that helped us put these scorecards together and will be helping these drivers on the next stage of their professional racing careers. Let's welcome Lorenz Herzing, new driver for Team TC Racing. And so we will send both Lorenz and Daniele once again off to our waiting area. And just a reminder, Team Outlaws is now officially on the clock, as we'll send it over to Juliana in just a few moments' time to have that chat with Lorenz and Daniele. As I was mentioning, by the way, with Lorenz when it comes to his scorecard, you can see it there, the big smile on his face. Something that you could, I think, in my opinion, see from behind the helmet as well. But 93.9, he was definitely a driver expected to be up there in the first couple of rounds. And so Team TC Racing using their second pick to draft him. Let's head on over to Juliana, though, who's ready to chat to Lorenz.
Thank you, Arjuna. Yes, I am here with Lorenz. Lorenz, everyone says you're never not smiling. It's still the case now. How are you feeling?
The only thing I can do is smile. I mean, it's to drive for a name like this is incredible. Yeah, I think my strengths are going to be in the track. I'm going to try to prove it. I'm going to give it my all. And yeah, I just can't stop smiling. I'm super happy.
Well, everyone says that you can adapt very well to most things. How have you been able to train yourself to do that?
I don't know. So yeah, especially on this sim, I think I can adapt pretty well. Different conditions. And also in Prodigy Week, I was, I think, the only one who was put in a different car and immediately felt confident. So yeah, I think that's one of my biggest strengths. So maybe hoping for some mixed weather at one of the races later this year. So yeah, just can't stop smiling.
Do you have any family and friends that are here with you today?
Yeah, I have my mother, my sister, and also my girlfriend with me. They are super supportive, and I'm so happy to have them with me to celebrate this achievement.
Have you guys explored London while you've been here?
No, I landed yesterday, so we arrived all at separate occasions. My mother and sister, they traveled yesterday before midday, so they arrived because they flew from Vienna. Then I came from Bremen, where my flight school is, and my girlfriend arrived just this morning because she is a very good musician and she had some concert yesterday, and now she's here as well, and super grateful for them to support me.
Well, now you'll have something to celebrate after we're finished here today. All right, Daniele, I have to ask you, how did you guys decide that this was going to be your next pick?
Well, to be honest, we love the fact that sim racing can arrive into real life. So we are firstly watching the guys and the capabilities they have on the sim, and at the same time we have an idea on the pace that they had on the Radical during the test. We are really happy about our picks, both of them, because they were in our top spots. So we are very confident for the season, and you should be proud because you really deserve it.
Thank you so much.
Well, congratulations to both of you. Arjuna, our next pick is in, correct?
So, as we continue to work our way through round 2 of the Prodigy Draft, just a reminder that as we head into the 12th and final pick, that's Team Sucker Punch, fueled by fans, we'll be asking you in the live stream chat to make sure that you get your voice heard and you pick which driver will represent them. That will happen at the end of this second round, so make sure you're around in the live stream chat. Let's welcome back to the stage, though, ready to make their second pick in the Prodigy Draft, Team Outlaws and Team Principal Laurie Burgess, who joins me now and is very excited, I think, about the second pick of the draft. So she'll slide it over to me. And with the 10th pick in the 2024 Prodigy Draft, Team Outlaws pick Brenna Schubert from the USA. So Team G2 is now officially on the clock as Brenna Schubert makes her way up. One of 2 female participants in our Prodigy Week outings, and I think we saw a lot from Brenna with the experience that she brings from winning shootouts in other motorsports categories, driving so many different race cars as well, and the mindset, that determination to make sure that she pursues her goals and does whatever she can to reach it. I'm definitely thinking that was something that stood out to Team Outlaws as Brenna makes her way up the spiraling stairs, ready to meet team manager, team principal Laurie Burgess, and to grab the brand new team hat and team shirt. continuing to turn dreams into reality. I'm loving the smiles that we're seeing from all our drafted drivers. You know exactly what this means to them. Remember, Team G2 is now officially on the clock as Brenna Schubert joins us on stage. So we're going to send you off to the waiting area to have a chat with Juliana now that you've got your brand new team shirt.
Jersey. And of course, don't forget your hat with the Outlaws on it. Yes. Awesome.
And so, Laurie and Brenna will have a chat with Juliana. We'll put the scorecard up on screen as well for Brenna, just so you can see some of those stats that we've been continuing to show you and talk to you about over the course of this Prodigy Draft. Throw it over to Juliana first, though.
Thank you, Arjuna. Brenna, you are making history right now as the first woman drafted. Fill me in on what's going on inside.
I just want to jump up and down. Like I can't even believe it right now. Wow, thank you so much, Laurie, and I'm so excited to be a part of Outlaws. Their mission, I think, aligns a lot with mine, and I'm just really happy for this opportunity. I just can't wait to get in and drive a race car, and yeah, I'm so excited.
And win, of course.
Yes,
and win.
yes, be the first woman to win at Prodigy. So, yeah.
So I have to ask you, being that you're the first woman, one of two here, what message do you want to give to the females out there who are hoping to be in your shoes soon?
So we can do it, you know. We're no different from any of the other men, and don't let that intimidate you. Don't let them, beat you up on the track or anything. Stay strong and just keep in your own head, keep doing what you're doing, and you'll make it far.
So Laurie, I have to ask you now. You heard downstairs, I don't know if you heard, but I actually asked Brenna earlier about her social media, and she said that she produces everything on her own. She does a lot of spoofs and funny videos. She's actually very fun to watch. I don't know if you know this, but right, I'm like, you're gonna love this. Are you guys gonna help her with her social media? Are you gonna help her produce things? Are you gonna let her do some spoofs?
Oh, I think we absolutely should. We are monsters when it comes to YouTube and doing a lot of YouTube shorts and a lot on social media. So I think we're going to have some fun with her. I think she's going to love our other content creators. And then I have to tell you, she is a Nittany Lion, as am I. So we're going to bring some of that great athleticism as well as the charisma factor from Penn State to this new experience.
Well, it seems like it's a match made in heaven. I know all of us ladies are very excited, and we're excited to watch you this season representing us females out there. So we're going to head on over right now. Congratulations to both of you. And Arjuna, I believe you have some stats for us.
Now, there are the stats, as mentioned. Brenna continuing just to get more and more experience in so many different race cars. It was off the track where I think she impressed us the most, the way that she dived into data and really presented herself to the media as well. So now we've got two more picks left in round 2 of the 2024 Prodigy Draft. I'm going to welcome back to the stage Team G2 and their team principal, Nick Dealey, who once again slides the pick over to me. And just a reminder, before I announce this pick, as soon as the pick is announced, voting will open. And so you, the fans, have your chance to help Team Sucker Punch, fueled by fans, pick their driver. And so with the 11th pick in the 2024 Prodigy Draft, Team G2 pick Roope Kirkapa from Finland. There is the young driver standing up. Jai Fletcher going over to congratulate him as he tries to pick his way through the crowd. Team Sucker Punch, fueled by fans, is now officially on the clock, and the fan vote is open as Roope makes his way up the stage. Roope, another one that impressed us, I think, at Prodigy Week with the way that he went in with the approach, the mental approach to working his way through all of the challenges. Remember, it started on day 1 with the fitness assessments, the psychological stuff as well, and then working through communication skills. Only on day 2 were they unleashed in the Radical SR1s, and from there we continue to see Roope with consistency. There was a time in the day where both Brian Till and myself almost couldn't speak. We were so gobsmacked by the consistency from the young Finn, who joins us now with his new team principal, Nick Dealey. Throws the hat on. They'll grab some photos with the shirt as well, and then we'll send them on over to the waiting area as Roope Kirkapa gets drafted by Team G2. will make their way over. Just a reminder as well that Team Sucker Punch, fueled by fans, now on the clock. You still have your chance to have your say. Make sure you jump into the live stream chat and join this fan-led revolution inside of motorsports. Let's throw it on over though to Juliana to chat with newly minted G2 esports driver Rupe Kirkaba as we take a look at his stats as well.
Rupe, congratulations. Have your nerves settled now, or are they still out of control?
A little bit settled. I was, starting to get nervous as the, show goes on. I wasn't expecting to be picked first or anything, but you never know when it's gonna be your name. So it was starting to get really exciting there.
Well, you made it to 11, so I think you did all right. I'm curious though. You're known to want to go fast. What have you been practicing over the last couple months to go fast but also being controlled in order to do your best this coming season?
Well, mostly I've been focusing on sim racing for the last couple of months. I just joined a new sim racing team a couple of weeks ago, and I've still wanted to do some physical stuff and getting everything together for the Prodigy series. I had to ask for a deferral from military service so I could race this fall. So thank you for Racing Prodigy to helping me with that and everything that they've done to help me so far and always believing in me. And thank you for picking me, and it's amazing.
Do you have family and friends that are here with you today?
Yeah, my father is there downstairs.
What is he thinking right now?
I don't know. I think he's proud. He has always believed in me, even at times when I've not believed in myself, but he's always been there and supported me for everything we've done in terms of racing.
Well, you believe in yourself, your father believes in yourself. Nick, you also believe in him. What made you guys pick Rupe?
Well, we need a flying fin. He's going to be the perfect one for it.
All right, you heard it right there. We need a flying fin. Guys, congratulations, Rupe. You have a lot to look forward to. I am being told to keep going. Rupe, what are you going to do while you're here in London?
We've actually went to see some nice places already. We went to see the Buckingham Palace and also some other place sightseeing, and found a really nice pub yesterday. I think it was the first brewery in London. We just came there by chance. I don't know what we're going to do today. I hope we will have a dinner together with everyone, or most of the guys here with Racing Prodigy. And then we were thinking about going to some theater to see some play, maybe, if we can get tickets. But we will see.
What is your beer of choice at this brewery you went to?
I actually had a apple cider, but
That's good. That's still a good choice. Was it good?
yeah, it was good. My first cider I had there, but
Ciders are good.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
different.
yeah. I haven't really practiced drinking yet much, but
Good. Well, don't start. It's not worth it.
yeah.
You need to stay in shape. You got a new team to represent.
Of course.
All right, Rupe. Well, congratulations to you, both of you. And right now, Arjuna, are we going to get a beer after this? I feel like Rupe knows the spots.
Well, one thing that we may have to do is maybe a pickle juice shot at some point, especially, given that Team Sucker Punch fueled by fans. Next team to make their pick. I'm going to welcome back up to the stage team principal Brian Schmucker. But just a reminder, it wasn't Brian that made this pick. It was the fans that made this pick. The voting's now in the books.
Ooh, this is exciting. This is exciting. I have a smile. I'm like the drivers. My smile keeps getting bigger as the day goes on. This is pretty awesome.
And so the fans have had their say. So representing Team Sucker Punch as the 12th pick in the inaugural Prodigy Draft, Team Sucker Punch fueled by fans pick Julian Klaffenbach from Austria. The young Austrian who races in the sim racing world for Roman Grosjean esports team. Another driver that's seen the up and downs and tribulations that sim racing can throw at you. It's been great to see, though, how he has persevered, not let any of that get to him. And even though He didn't get his chance in Prodigy Week Part 1 to drive the Radical SR1. Racing Prodigy saw the ability, the talent, the potential, brought him out to Prodigy Week Part 2. And now Julian Klaffenbach, one step closer to jumping into that Radical SR1 later this year in the Prodigy 3 Racing Series. And so, as he grabs his jersey and he grabs his hat, we'll send both of the driver and team principal once again over to Juliana. We'll take a look at the stats very quickly before we let that chat happen. Remember, round 2 is now officially in the books. Round 3 and 4 still yet to come. For Julian, though, as mentioned, didn't get the chance in Prodigy Week Part 1. Racing Prodigy made sure to bring him out for Prodigy Week Part 2 as one of our 20 drivers that was there. And while, for such a young driver who has not had much experience in real cars, let alone race cars, he slowly but surely, methodically built him up in terms of confidence and speed. The off-track score and the it factor reflect the potential that this young 15-year-old has, and he's ready to chat now with Juliana as the newest driver for Team Sucker Punch, fueled by fans.
Julian, you just got drafted, not by the team, but by the fans. Did you think that this was going to happen?
Actually, not really. I didn't promote it as much as others probably did, but the more I'm grateful now to being voted by everyone, and I just can't thank them enough. And yeah, I love it how they believe in me, and yeah, looking forward to go to the racetrack for the first time.
I feel like you might have to do something special on social media to kind of like thank them, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think I have to like do a thanks speech to everyone, and yeah.
Well, I know you have some other drivers downstairs that can help you if you need some guidance on your social media, but we're really looking forward to seeing you this fall. What are you looking forward to this fall?
I mean, in general, just the team, I think, is a super team. I'm very much looking forward to work with them on the track, and I just can't wait, literally can't wait.
Now, I will have to bring this up. You are the second youngest or the youngest? Second youngest?
Second youngest. Second.
Okay, so I think Camden, you said, is
Yeah.
2 months younger than you.
Yeah.
Do you think that you have an edge by being the youngest, or do you think that you're lacking experience because you're the longest?
I don't know. Actually, I think like some are already over 20, and I think they have for sure more experience. But that's where I want to prove myself to be even up on pace with them, and also to be good as them. And that's just one thing me and Camden want to prove, and yeah, just looking forward to it, to prove it on the racetrack.
Well, we're excited to see you, Brian. The fans have made their decision. Are you happy with it?
Very happy. So we went through all these racers very closely, and he was very high on our list. So, and the fact that he's young, and Max Pappas knows he's very coachable, and he likes to drive a tractor, which my tractor's the best thing in the world to me. So we have that in common. And he's young, and he's aggressive, and he's a great guy. He's got a great smile. Now his opportunity, he has the door open. Now he needs to go and rip the door open and kick some butt.
I will do that too. 100%.
Well, I have to add to this. I actually can drive a tractor. That's the first thing I learned how to drive. So we're all in it together on the tractors, okay? Well, we're very excited to see you guys this fall. Congratulations. Thank you to the fans for joining in. Yep. And right now we're going to send it back over to Arjuna for a roundup of round 2.
And as Racing Prodigy continues on its own mission of transforming motorsports, it's great to have people like Team Sucker Punch, fueled by fans, looking to try and do it in their own little way as well. 6 more drivers now, sim racers, are ready to sign professional racing contracts, and dreams are turning into reality. The smile on my face reflects what the drivers have as well. And just a reminder of the draft order that we had. It was Team Williams Esports that picked first. Nathan Saxon, the American, joining their ranks for the Prodigy 3 Racing Series later this year. Team Guild make their decision as well. And I see all of the different drivers just on my left. Will Redford, very happy, of course, to represent their respective teams. Lorenz Herzing's here as well. Julian Klaffenbach and Rupe Kirkapa, all very happy. Brenna Schubert, I can't quite see her as well because she's hiding behind her team principal, Laurie Burgess, but officially becomes the first female driver drafted in the Prodigy Racing League. I mentioned Rupe Kirkapa as well. I see the drivers now grabbing their picture, all as drafted drivers. Remember, we've still got 2 more rounds of the draft left to come, so don't go anywhere here on Racing Prodigy's YouTube channel. 12 dreams have been turned to reality, 12 more still left to come. and welcome back to the Williams Fan Zone in London, presented by Kraken. We're here for the 2024 Prodigy Draft, and already 12 sim racers have seen their dreams turn to reality as they've been drafted by racing teams and will sign professional racing contracts. We've still got 2 more rounds of this draft to go, and that means once again we split the order and reverse it, and so Team Sucker Punch, fueled by fans, are now officially on the clock as the first pick in round number 3. Here's a look at the draft order. Just a reminder, Team G2 will be up next, Team Outlaws after that, Team TC Racing, Team Guild, and Team Williams Esports to round out this third and penultimate round of the draft with only 4 minutes on the clock this time by. Let's throw it down though to Juliana, back down there with the drivers in the green room, and I can only imagine the nerves, the tension, it's continuing to build as these drivers await their fate in rounds 3 and 4 of the Prodigy Draft.
Arjuna, that is definitely right. The nerves are slightly higher now that we've already been through 2 rounds, but I'm still going to chat with them, see what's up. I'm going to grab Craig. Craig Laws, come on over here with me. Hello, how are you?
I'm wonderful.
Lovely to see you, lovely to see you. For everyone out there watching, tell everyone where you're from.
I'm Craig, I'm from Derby in the United Kingdom, and I am 46 years old now.
So I am curious. So I was just speaking with one of the younger riders up there, drivers up there, and you're the eldest, or I should say the most experienced. Is that fair to say?
Yes, it is, yes. I do have wisdom on my side, I think, unfortunately, I've got to say that. But yeah, I mean, some really young, but very, very talented girls and boys here, and I'm just representing the older guy here.
How are you feeling now that 2 rounds have gone? You've only got 2 rounds left.
Well, I'm feeling very relaxed about it. I mean, I've come here not really expecting to get picked, purely because although I've really put up a fight to be here, I knew I wasn't the fastest there, so I've come here quite relaxed, not expecting to be picked, but I've come here to support both the other people who are here who will get picked, and also to support this great initiative. Racing Prodigy has just given me a fantastic opportunity, and to be honest, if I wasn't here with you guys, I'd be mowing the lawn or going to do the grocery shopping.
Well, you know, I do have to follow up. When we were in Atlanta, Brian Schmucker heard you and I speaking, and he ended up gifting you a sim machine. How has it been? Have you gotten it? Tell me all about it.
I haven't received it yet. It's been built at the moment by another YouTuber, random call sign, and so I'm expecting it at some. To be honest, I've got no idea what it is that's actually going to rock up. But I'm just so grateful to Brian and his team. That was amazing when we were out in Atlanta, and you surprised me with that. That was fantastic.
For those of you watching, it was a last minute little fun thing we were able to do. Now I do quickly have to ask you, your wife at home, TC, is she excited for you?
Well, I certainly hope she is. Yeah, it would have been nice if she was here, but on a Saturday she looks after her mum, so I didn't want to get in the way of that because that is important family time. But it does mean say I can bring my father, who's just up there, and
we have Dad here.
Yes.
Okay, great.
And this is one of the best bits because I'm looking at him with absolute pride in his eyes at the moment. So that means all the world to me. I'd love me TC to have been here, but no. Beryl, if you are at home watching this, who's my mother-in-law, I hope you're behaving yourself, and Storm, don't go chasing any squirrels. That's caused mayhem, that has.
Yeah, Craig, thank you so much. I hope that we have you upstairs in a little bit, but in the meantime, keep down here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Arjuna, we are sitting back up to you for the next draft pick.
And great to have that chat with Mr. Tough Monkeys himself, such an integral part of the street kart racing community. And a big shout out to them who have been such a big part of our Racing Prodigy mission and journey. We've seen them in our YouTube chat plenty. Let's welcome up to the stage, though, Team Principal for Team Sucker Punch, fueled by fans, as we get ready to get the first pick in round 3 of this Prodigy Draft officially into the books. Brian Schmucker is going to join me right now. Once again, slides the card into my hand.
2 in a row. 2 in a row.
And so with the first pick in the 3rd round of the Prodigy Draft, the 13th overall pick, Team Sucker Punch, fueled by fans, pick Brandon Hawkin from Canada. He can't quite believe it. I've commentated on Brandon on every major sim racing platform, in basically every type of race car you can imagine. He is a prodigy, and he makes his way up the stairs. Team G2 is now officially on the clock, 4 minutes to lock in their pick in round number 3. You see him make his way up.
Way up. He's excited. He made me, Prodigy Week 2, he made me cry. He was so excited. He's so passionate about racing and doing this. This is awesome. This is what Racing Prodigy is all about.
And someone that you go back into their history books has wanted to try and make the step on so many occasions. This represents that chance. Over the last 4 years, has continued to go from strength to strength, representing Movado Corsa sim racing for the most part. But Brandon Hawkin now up here and ready to meet his new team principal.
He looks pretty good in the suit, too.
He's going to look pretty good in that green shirt, I think.
Even better, right?
Fun fact, Brandon actually almost didn't make it to Prodigy Week Part 2, but that's a story for another day. He makes it up here to the stage, and a bear hug from his new team principal.
Oh, man, we're fired up. Thank you. Your passion is contagious.
Oh, thank you.
Your whole being is contagious. So you got a green shirt.
Oh, yeah, man, I do. It's beautiful. Look at that.
How about that?
Oh, man. Wow. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And so we'll send them over to have their chat with Juliana. We'll throw Brandon's stats onto your screen as well. Remember, officially now with Team G2 on the clock, Brandon, such a level-headed competitor, I think, in Prodigy Week Part 2. That was one of the things that kind of stood out, because as much as he likes to smile and sometimes it looks like he's having a ball, there's a serious character underneath all of that as well. But right now, I got to say, just looking at Brian and Brandon together, it looks like a match made in heaven for the team principal and the driver. Let's throw it over to Juliana, ready to have a chat as we also take a look at the stats.
Arjuna, you can definitely say that again. It is a match made in heaven. Brandon, oh, don't get emotional on me.
Yeah.
You're going to make me cry.
You made me cry in Prodigy Week 2. Don't make me cry again.
Brian.
Put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
He made me cry as well.
Oh.
Come on. Brandon, you stole so many hearts in Prodigy Week 2 in Atlanta. You're going to keep stealing them. I can't. Y'all, control yourself, Juliana. How are you feeling if you can get it out?
I'm just like so relieved. This is a dream come true, and thank you so much to the entire team for believing in me, and we're gonna go kick some ass because it's gonna be so much fun, man. This has just been a dream since I've been a child. I don't even remember like the first I've just been into cars and racing my entire life, and just to be able to get to do this it's something I never could have imagined. So I'm just so happy right now.
Brandon, who's here with you today? Did you bring anyone with you this trip?
I didn't bring anybody with me, but my mom and my grandma and everybody back home are watching, and I'm all my sim racing teammates and friends, and man, it's I hope they're proud, and I'm just like so happy to come home and see them.
They're definitely proud. Now, I do have to touch base. In Atlanta, Brandon hadn't started his social media. Have you done any social media since Atlanta, Brandon? Be honest.
Okay, maybe like a very minimal amount. Okay, that's one thing. The social media, my physical fitness, that's definitely something I have to work on. I set up an Instagram, but I think this will be the perfect first post.
You know what? You're exactly right. This will be the perfect first post. And I know that Brian could maybe even help you out. Brian, I do have to ask you. You have no pickle shots here. Where are your pickle shots? We need them. This would be a perfect moment to celebrate.
So I have never been overseas before, and I haven't been on many airplanes. So and Racing Prodigy is another reason why I'm here, which is it's helping everybody. But I didn't know what I could bring on the plane, so I didn't bring any pickle shots. But when we go to my place in Tennessee in the fall, well,
yeah,
lots of pickle shots. Yeah, and I bet his grandmother's right now. She's probably crying right now at home, and we're just all so very happy for you.
Thank you.
And his passion and his energy is contagious, but he's a really great driver. A really great driver. So we're delighted to have you part of the family.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. I'm like so excited to get working with you.
On the physical fitness side, Max Pappas.
Oh yeah, we're gonna.
He's gonna get ready to sweat.
Yep.
Well, this is so fun to watch. I'm so happy to be a part of it. Congratulations to both of you. Arjuna, the clock is running, yes?
I think the clock's officially stopped, but I can say maybe a match made in heaven with that pick and the team principal loving the interaction between them already. Let's welcome back to the stage, though, team principal for Team G2, Nick Dealey, who once again slides the pick over to me. And so with the 14th pick in the 2024 Prodigy Draft, Team G2 pick Kamil Pawlowski from Poland. Kamil recently got married. He's been training for a half Ironman or something like that. and representing Into the Breach Esports in the world of sim racing. He's been competing in the SRO Intercontinental GT Challenge Esports Championship recently. Just a reminder, Team Outlaws are now officially on the clock here in round 3. And as Kamil makes his way up the stairs, just a reminder that that is now the second Polish driver that Team G2 have drafted. So a bit of Polish power that Nick Dealey is hoping to channel for the crew moving forward. And of course, Kamil very much, I'm sure, friendly with Nico. It's going to be interesting to see how they work together, and maybe a bit of familiarity when they fly over to the US later this year to go racing for the very first time. Maybe they'll be on the same flight and can chat and get ready with one another. Here he comes, Kamil himself, now drafted as part of Team G2. Big smile on Kamil's face as things continue to go from strength to strength for him. We'll send him over once again to our waiting area to have a chat with Juliana. The pick is already in for Team Outlaws, I can tell you that, so no waiting around for Laurie Burgess and the team principal there. But in the meantime, we have to have a chat first with the newly drafted driver, Kamil Pawlowski for Team G2.
Kamil, you are all smiles here. You were just drafted. Did you think this was going to happen today?
Yes, I couldn't say that I was expecting it because the question is when, the question is in which round, for which team, but the main question is if you are going to get picked. But right now, yes, I'm shaking, my hands are like very cold, my heart is beating because this is the day, this is one of the most important days of my life because this is the realization of my biggest life goal, biggest life dream that I was pursuing and chasing my basically entire life because I was doing everything to really become a professional racing driver, leading my professional esports career, but finally, and I'm so happy and thank you so much, whole G2 team for believing in me, to making this such important first and very crucial step into the world of motorsports.
Well, you did just have one of your dreams come true, and you also had another dream come true not too long ago. I see some hardware on your hand. Tell everyone what just happened. Was it a month ago?
Yes, exactly. I got married 1 month ago with my lovely wife, Agata. She's here with me, supporting me throughout the whole competition and supporting me on this super important day, together with my father, who is also here with me. So I'm so proud and so grateful to have them here with me and support me. It's just amazing.
We love to see it. Do you guys have anything planned special now that you can celebrate even more while you're here in London?
Exactly, yes. We are going back tomorrow in the evening, so we will probably visit a bit of London, have a good time here in London, and having our honeymoon in just 2 weeks in Italy with my wife, so definitely something to celebrate.
Well, we're super excited for you. Congratulations to both of you. Arjuna, from wedding bells to ticking clocks, who's up next?
We are ready to have a look at the stats first for Kamil Pawlowski, newly drafted driver for G2 Esports. 93 on track, 95.2 off track, 94 the it factor. Again, all of our drivers, for the most part, scoring very, very high as they get worked through the assessments by the likes of Pit Fit, the Racers Physio, and Dr. Nick Molinaro at Racing Mind Strategies. Let's welcome back to the stage, though, the team manager for Team Outlaws, Laurie Burgess, who gets ready to make the third pick for her new motorsports team. Slides the piece of paper over to me. And so with the 15th pick in the 2024 Prodigy Draft, Team Outlaws draft Edoardo Leo from Italy. A young driver who had never stepped foot in a real car before he got into the BMW for autocross on day one. He's going from strength to strength in the sim racing world. I can tell you last week, he ran in a series that I organized and beat some of the drivers that are here, hoping to be drafted as well by himself. Last year in the IMSA Esports Global Championship, multiple pole positions, and he continues to get faster. Team TC Racing is now officially on the clock as we wait for Edoardo Leo, the young Italian, to join us up here on the stage and to receive his brand new shirt and hat from his team principal at Team Outlaws. So much potential for this young driver. Can't wait to see what he'll do. Behind the wheel of the Radical SR1, we saw the consistent improvement from him in the car as well. And here he is with his new team manager. And so we need to get you have the t-shirts, grab the hat as well. And now the new Team Outlaws driver will make his way over to the waiting area to have another chat with Giuliano. We'll throw his stats onto screen as well to have a quick chat about the young talent, Eduardo Leo, who, as I mentioned, going from strength to strength in the sim racing world. On track, we saw the consistent, like I said, improvement in terms of times. Not Gustavo Ariel, excuse me, instead Eduardo Leo, but we'll ignore that. We'll throw it over to Giuliano instead, who's ready to chat with the very happy Italian, 94.0, his overall prospect score.
Thank you, Arjuna. Eduardo, you've played a lot of sports growing up. Are you glad that you stuck to this one?
Oh, absolutely. I cannot be more happy to have chosen this sport. You know, it's hard economically, of course, but you know, things that I've done until now have made me happy. Starting sim racing has been pretty much what has brought me here, so yeah, I can be more than happy to be here, and it's a special day, really. It's amazing.
What are you going to do from now until the fall to prepare yourself to show up to your best version?
I mean, first of all, keep on the sim racing, because really it is what has brought here. So yeah, I have a pretty busy season coming up, a lot of events coming that I want to do, so yeah, absolutely that. And also I want to start some social media work, so I got the opportunity, that's perfect. I wanted to start, and yeah, that's what I want to do now, doing some social content, getting a bit more you know, relaxed on the cameras, so yeah, that could be a good opportunity.
Well, Eduardo, if you haven't been able to hear from downstairs, you're in the right hands for the social media help, because Lori, your team principal, knows all about that, and I'm sure she's going to be very willing to help you.
Oh, we are so excited to have you on board. I mean, your background in not only all these sports, but also learning to drive through sim is just, I think, a really big opportunity for the entire industry. And then to help turn you into a major powerhouse and brand on social media and through content is going to be a lot of fun. So welcome. We're thrilled to have you on our team.
And Eduardo, I have to ask, your brother's here with you today, right?
Yeah. Also my parents watching, my grandparents, so everyone's pretty well. Also my friends, so yeah, special moment.
Well, congratulations to both of you, all your family at home as well, and your brother here. Enjoy London, and we will see you in the fall.
Thank you, Juliana.
You're very welcome. All right, Arjuna, who is on the clock now?
And one more happy driver with a dream coming true. Let's welcome back to the stage team principal for Team TC Racing, Daniela Haddad, as we get ready for the next pick in round 3 of the Prodigy Draft. Once again, he slides the piece of paper over, gets the shirt and the hat ready for the drafted driver. And so with the 16th pick in the inaugural Prodigy Draft, Team TC Racing pick Garrett Lowe from the US. Garrett's at home with his family back in North Carolina. You could see the pump for the fist. And a driver that competes in the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series for BS competition, as well as so much more, including FSAE at his UNC Charlotte education campus as well. Great to see him get this opportunity. Daniela, we're going to send you over to have a chat with Giuliana and with Garrett. And just a reminder, Team Guild are now officially on the clock here in the 2024 Prodigy Draft. As mentioned, Garrett Lowe, one of those drivers that has got speed across of all different disciplines, and earlier this year won another race in the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series at Charlotte Motor Speedway. He will be racing in the playoffs later this year as he hopes to try and make it to the Final 4 in the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series for the second time in his career. The stats are on screen for you. In some ways, the it factor, 87.0, maybe slightly represents that the on-track and off-track really where we saw Garrett shine. And as Team Guild officially on the clock, we'll throw it over to Giuliana to have a chat with Garrett.
Thank you, Arjuna. Garrett, I am hoping that you're able to hear me. You grew up in NASCAR country. Is it safe to say that Is he able to hear me, you guys? Because I don't see him on screen. There we go. All right, Garrett, just wanted to make sure I had you. You grew up in NASCAR country. Is it safe to say that racing is just in your blood?
It absolutely is in my blood. I didn't grow up in a racing family, but my family's been really supportive and surrounded me with their support and love and helped me go chase a racing dream.
That's amazing. Now, I have to ask you, tell me a little bit about this Formula SAE that I was reading about in your bio.
Yeah, so Formula SAE is a collegiate student design series. Each year, there's 2 competitions, internal combustion and electric vehicle. So we take internal combustion vehicle up to Michigan International Speedway each May. This past year, we placed 2nd internationally, the best our school's ever placed. So yeah, it's a super fun, it's a real engineering-based competition, but also about going fast.
Well, I had to highlight it because it's a very big accomplishment. You should be very proud of yourself. But obviously, you need to be very proud of this accomplishment. Daniele, I know you couldn't hear what we were saying, but he and his teammate or his classmates just competed in a competition with Formula SAE, and they took the highest placing their school's ever had. So I was telling him that's an amazing thing that he was able to do. But I have to now ask you, how did you guys decide?
Because we have done our homework at home, so obviously we studied a lot before choosing our drivers, and we really support these guys because we really believe in the picks that we have done. He is one of the guys that we believe is very fast in all conditions. So actually, we are very happy about what is happening right now because we really think that we are creating a team that is very solid and can compete for good results.
Well, we're excited you're here, and we're excited you're creating this team because we're going to have fun watching it this fall. Congratulations to you. We'll talk to you in just a little bit. Arjuna, we're heading back. Is the clock ticking, or has the pick already been picked?
I think we have yet another pick in the 3rd round of our Prodigy Draft. So I'll welcome back to the stage Team Guild's team manager, Seb Hawkins, as we get ready to see exactly who Team Guild will pick. Being very careful to protect it. And so with the 17th pick in the inaugural Prodigy Draft, Team Guild picked Nathan Maximin from the UK. Great to have Nathan here in person. Someone that in the sim racing world has been given chances by the likes of Jimmy Broadbent to go out there and prove himself in the likes of karts. And it was really interesting to watch him at the Atlanta Motorsports Park, the way that he approached it. He had a couple of interesting things to say. We'll talk more with him in a few moments' time. And just a reminder, Team Williams Esports, the final pick in this 3rd round of the Prodigy Draft, they are officially now on the clock. We'll just wait for the driver to make his way up the stairs. Big smile as ever. You can tell just how much this means for the drivers. Even the team managers, I think, are really getting that chance to chat with them now. And Nathan Maximin, officially a Team Guild driver, as Team Williams, again, just a reminder, are on the clock. And so the 17th pick in the Prodigy Draft, Nathan Maximin, now makes his way on over to the waiting area to have a chat with Giuliano. We will throw the stats onto your screen of Nathan Maximin just to kind of talk you through some of what we saw from him in Prodigy Week Part 2. One of the drivers that qualified from Race Room. Remember, we had iRacing, R-Factor 2, Race Room and Street Kart Racing tournaments, 91.4. His overall prospect score, and the 26-year-old now, the newest member of Team Guild. The smile stretches from ear to ear. Let's throw it over to Giuliano to have a chat with him.
Thank you, Arjuna. We're over here laughing because Nathan just said, how long have we been up here? Do you know where you are? Do you know what just happened?
Yeah, I just got picked. I'm very grateful to Guild. It's been an awesome opportunity. I'm so happy to be part of it, and can't wait to get started with Guild.
Nathan, I have to ask you had a lot of hiccups, if you will, in Atlanta with the treadmill and the car. How did you overcome that and your confidence today to be here today and for the fall as well?
I didn't see them as hiccups.
I love that answer.
Yeah, I just, the treadmill stopped working halfway through my run, but just got to persevere, just got to get on with it. That's been my mindset. I don't really see the issue with the car as a hiccup either, because although I spun and it was fun at the end of the day. It was a good experience, and I feel it really just got all the mistakes out of the way so I could just focus on my performance for the rest of the Prodigy week.
I guess I should have used the word challenges, which you did overcome. So good on you for having that mindset.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to in the fall now that you have an official racing contract?
I'm looking forward to the competition. I'm looking forward to getting back in the cars, to racing with friends who are now becoming competitors, and getting started with Guild as well. It sounds like they've got a great program going on, so I'm happy to be part of it, to help improve it, and can't wait to get racing again.
You think you're going to win some races?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And of course, I think that you think he's going to win some races too, otherwise you guys wouldn't have chosen him. So congratulations to both of you. Nathan, we're excited to see you in the fall. Arjuna, is the clock ticking still?
No, we are ready to close out round 3 in the 2024 Prodigy Draft. One more driver ready to join the ranks of Team Williams Esports. Let's welcome back onto stage Team Manager Ben Hawkins, who joins me now, slides, double checks that the pick is correct. And so, with the 18th pick in the 2024 Prodigy Draft, Team Williams Esports draft Camden Hibbett from the US. I think the reaction tells you a lot. He hugs his dad, and now he makes his way up the stairs. He's been racing since the age of 4. He has more than 100 feature wins across a quarter midget racing, and now in Spec MX-5 racing represents Mazda Motorsports as well. So much potential. Went second quickest during our Prodigy Week lap time comparisons, just shy eventually of Will Redford in the all-time lap charts. But it was a really impressive performance from Camden Hibbett. It was also great to learn a little bit more about how he approaches the media side of everything and working with his family to make sure that they do everything they need to make sure their racing program is successful. Camden joins another handful of young drivers in the Team Williams Esports camp, as they maybe will look to surprise us as they continue to develop these already talented drivers to really hit their mark as prodigies. And here he is, Camden Hibbett, the newest member of Team Williams Esports. And so he'll get the shirt, he'll get the hat from his new team manager. The photos are being taken, and now we'll send him on over once again to have that chat with Juliana, the young 15-year-old, the newest draftee here in the Prodigy Racing League. Let's take a look at his stats. Just a reminder, round 3 officially in the books, round 4 to begin in a handful of minutes' time. 91.4 is overall prospect score. The on-track and off-track shows that he is dialed in exactly the skills through MX-5 racing and everything else. The it factor may be a bit surprising that it's that much lower, but maybe he has to do more of the media, let his dad do a little less of it. We'll throw it over there to Camden to have a chat with Juliana.
That's exactly right, Arjuna. Camden, I am now officially speaking to the youngest draft pick. How are you feeling?
I'm kind of at a loss for words, I'm going to be honest. There's a lot of tension, a lot of nerves down there, and it was nice to kind of just get that weight off your shoulders. You never know. Everybody's so good at this. Everybody, all 32 drivers are incredibly talented, and I just want to thank Williams and Williams Esports for giving me the opportunity to let me carry the Williams Esports brand.
Your family's here with you, correct?
Yeah, my mom, my sister, and my dad is here as well.
Now, I know that your sister loves watching you. What is she thinking right now? Was she nervous for you? Was she relaxed?
I think so. When I gave my mom a hug, I accidentally smashed her head into my mom, so I'm sorry. But I think it's been really cool to have my family here. My mom and dad have been super supportive and given me as much as I really have ever asked for, and it's been an incredible journey so far. My sister's been incredibly supportive as well, and I'm looking forward to keeping that momentum going with them.
Well, we're very excited to have you here with us today and being our youngest draft pick. Congratulations to both of you. Arjuna, that is the end of this round. We're heading back to you for a roundup.
Absolutely, and just a reminder of the draft order that we did see in round 3. And so the Sucker Punch Prodigy Racing team, fueled by fans, making the pick to grab Brandon Hawkin. Loved the reaction that we saw from the driver. For Team G2, Kamil Pawlowski, the second Polish driver that they have drafted here in this 3 rounds so far. for Team Outlaws, the Prodigy Racing team. Of course, Eduardo Leo, great to see him get his opportunity. And already seeing Camden Hibbett, Nathan Maximin talking to their respective team managers as well. We've got one more round in this 2024 Prodigy Draft still left to come. And just a reminder, the very final pick, Team Cycle Punch Fueled by Fans wants you to help them pick exactly who will represent them. So make sure that in about 30 minutes, 40 minutes time, you're here and in the live stream chat ready to make sure one final driver you think's worthy makes it in as a full-time drafted driver. We're ready to go for round 4 though in the Prodigy Draft. We'll be back in a few moments with, once again, our drivers ready to see exactly who ends up on top.
Racing cars has been just a dream for most, out of reach. You can watch but not compete. Until now. Over 100,000 gamers from around the world, from all walks of life, competed in sim racing competitions to become professional race car drivers. 32 of the most talented earned their golden tickets to Prodigy Week. We tested them in fitness, in communication, and in real race cars. And they proved they are prodigies. Now they await their name being called at the very first Prodigy Draft. Will be drafted by 6 teams, turning their dreams of real racing into reality.
And so back inside the Williams Esports and F1 Fan Zone by Kraken here in London, we're ready for the final round of the 2024 Prodigy Draft. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you're just joining us for the very first time, it's been an amazing journey over the last 12 months. Esports platforms, esports tournaments across 4 different platforms, Prodigy search selection shows that combine greats in motorsports with legends in sim racing, making sure 32 deserving prodigies are here ready today. Let's go back down to the draft order, let you know exactly how this round's going to play out. Remember, Team Williams Esports will be up first, and then Team Guild, Team TC, Team Outlaws, and Team G2 before finally you, the fans, will help Team Sucker Punch Fueled by Fans make their pick. Let's go back down to the Green Moon. Let's check in with Giuliano.
Juno, we are trying to get settled down here. The nerves, I think they're a little bit calmer down here, but they're still high, and we were a little bit rushed. So you know what? We're gonna wing this. We're just gonna walk around. We're gonna let people introduce themselves. I'm gonna try to distract them because, as you all know, we have 1 round left. So we're just gonna start right over here. Come this man in a nice suit. I'm gonna just sit right down. I'm gonna have you introduce yourself. Tell everyone where you're from.
I'm Jan. I'm from northern Germany.
It's the last round, your last chance. You've been sitting here this entire time. What's going through your head right now?
I mean, it's fitting because I got a super late call up to Prodigy Week Part 1, like less than 24 hours. So it's only fitting for me, I guess, to sit here, wait it out for the 4th round. I'm obviously still hopeful. 6 picks left, so yeah, fingers crossed that the team chooses me.
Well, you said you had a late call, but you were able to persevere. You're sitting down here and you've been able to persevere. How are you able to have that mindset and not get in your head and get second guess yourself? How do you stay so positive?
First of all, I have my girlfriend with me. She helps me to calm down a lot. So yeah, just having the mindset to be here with this 31 other incredible drivers is a privilege in itself. So that's, I guess, the thought that keeps me calm.
Is this your first time in London?
It is, yeah, actually, yeah.
How have you enjoyed it so far?
It was pretty rainy, I have to admit, so yeah, it stood up to what I heard from, obviously, I know a lot of guys through sim racing who live here, so yeah, it really stood up so far, but yeah, looking forward to explore the city. Obviously, not much time until now with the draft happening, but yeah, looking very much forward to it.
I know, I think we're all hoping that the rain kind of stops a little bit so we can do a little bit more exploring. Well, we hope to see you upstairs. Thank you so much for your time. We're now going to stand on up and I'm gonna grab Matthew Caruana. Matthew, my friend Matthew back here. Matthew, come on up here. Yeah, I'm calling you. He's like, what? Me? Why? Matthew Caruana, I had to have you come up here. I bugged him in Atlanta a lot. He sometimes gets shy on camera, but I see your smiles down here still. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit nervous as it keeps going on, but yeah, I'm still excited. Still, hopefully, can get picked, and yeah, I'm just. It's good to be here today. Yeah.
Now, they call you the Gentle Giant. Why is that?
Well, I mean, I'm quite tall, obviously, but yeah.
Let me, not to interrupt you, because you can finish that thought, but how old are you?
I turned 18 last month, so.
18 and already 6'1"? 3?
6'2", yeah, 6'2".
So, how do you fit in a race car?
Well, to be fair, my legs were a little bit cramped, but it was alright. I made it work, and yeah, just got to do what you got to do.
So basically, whatever team drafts, you might have to adjust their car to fit you, yeah?
Yeah, well, yeah, hopefully they can do that for me, but yeah.
All right, so if you don't get picked here today, what are you going to do?
Obviously, I'll stay positive if I don't get picked. I'll keep working hard, and obviously there's hopefully going to be more opportunities like this if I don't get picked, and I'll keep working towards them, and yeah, I'll keep my head up.
Well, we hope to see you upstairs in just a little bit, but thank you so much. Good to chat with you. Arjuna, I'm being told that the pick is in. Who do we got?
And so the pick is officially in, and we're ready to get this fourth round of the Prodigy Draft underway. Let's welcome back to the stage Team Williams Esports' team manager and team principal Ben Hawkins, who joins me now, slides the card back over, and for the last time today, back-to-back picks for Team Williams Esports. With the 19th pick in the 2024 Prodigy Draft, Team Williams Esports picked David Dalton Jr. from the United States. David, unable to be with us, he's back home in the US, and you see the smile, you see what this means to him. He's been racing on and off in the past, but now, officially, a full-time professional race car driver for Team Williams Esports, a very talented drummer as well. We'll see more from him in the future. Officially, the next team is now on the clock. We're going to send Ben to have his chat with Juliana. We're going to throw David's stats onto your screen as well, because in Prodigy Week Part 1, David came in with a lot of confidence, but with a really talented driver pool. Took him a bit, I think, in some ways, to recognize the challenge that he was facing with the other drivers. He knew the challenge of the car and getting up to speed with it. It was everything else. The it factor, though, 92.0. Go and check out his YouTube channel. Great drummer, great bassist. He's got it all in spades. And now, the newest representative of Team Williams Esports.
Thank you, Arjuna. Yes, Ben, you just had your final pick. How did you guys decide on David?
Yeah, so David was someone that we've been looking at as we were going through. As you can see throughout, we've got a really nice blend now. I'm really happy to have completed my team. I've got experience and I've got two exciting youngsters in there as well. So for me, yeah, David was a complete all-rounder. So it was quite a simple choice in the end, and I'm really happy to have managed to get him in the fourth and final round.
Well, David, I know you're on comms here. You're not here with us today, but you grew up in, I believe it was Virginia, was it?
No, my mom's from West Virginia. I'm from Montclair, New Jersey.
Right, okay, New Jersey. And then you moved to Charlotte. How happy are you with your decision?
I am over the moon with this decision. Like, I had no expectations going into this. I just really hoped that someone believed in me, and to be picked by Williams of all names, that's such an honor. It really is, to be able to represent Williams and Williams Esports. So thank you so much.
Well, it seems like you're amongst the other racers where you live, but I am curious. I did read on your profile that you are a member of a band. Is that correct? And you have like 2 albums you've already produced?
Not anymore. I'm not with that band, but the band was is called Prep and Barium. Yes, we released 2 albums, and I wrote the drums on those 2 albums. You can find them on iTunes, but that's a past venture. But I still do music, as you see the bass right there.
Dang it! I was hoping we could be like, can you perform at one of our races? Maybe Williams needs some performance, or you know. Yeah. He. By the way, David, he can't hear you, but he was a member of a band. I'm going to fill him in really quickly. But he still does it on his own. So maybe you guys can have some.
There's got to be something we can do there. Yeah, 100%, David, and you're going to wish I never found that out.
Sorry, cat's out of the bag. All right, guys. Well, congratulations to you, David. You as well. Arjuna, do we have the next pick in?
I think we do indeed. David Dalton Jr., an instructor at the BMW Performance Driving School. If you ever want to be thrown around in a road car, go and ask for him to do that for you. I've seen some social media clips. It looks like a blast. Let's welcome in, though, back to the stage, Team Guild's team manager for the final time, as Seb Hawkins gets ready to make the very final pick for Team Guild in the 2024 Prodigy Draft. And so, with the 20th pick in the inaugural Prodigy Draft, Team Guild pick Amy Frame from the UK. I could hear that reaction from up here, and it's great to hear. Amy, a very talented karter, gets a hug from her dad and now walks up the stairs. Officially, Team TC Racing are now on the clock as Amy Frame walks her way up. We'll take a look at her stats as well. I think we saw a lot of potential from Amy Frame. The way that she attacked the car and the track was really impressive. Yes, had a couple of moments here and there, but the consistency in terms of improvement was tantalizing. And as a karter, sometimes you have a bit less experience in coming over to race cars. Always interesting to see how that transition goes. Just a reminder, as we've already said, Team TC Racing is on the clock as Amy Frame comes to the top of the stairs and gets ready to meet new team principal, Seb Hawkins. And we'll send Amy over to have a chat with Juliana in a couple of moments' time. Just a reminder once again, Team TC Racing is on the clock, and so they will have their final chance to pick. Team Sucker Punch, fueled by fans, does want you to help them pick their very final driver in this draft, so stick around, make sure your voice is heard as we go over to Juliana to chat with Amy Frame.
Thank you, Arjuna. Amy, you're all smiles. Did you think this was going to happen?
Honestly, no. Like, I was watching everyone get chosen. I was like, oh my god, like everyone deserves to be here. I'm so out of breath. But no, it's a bit of a shock, to be honest.
All right, so we're going to switch gears a little bit. I don't know much about this, but I think you can tell everyone at home. What does it mean to be a Yorkshire girl?
Well, I don't know really. I think everyone like associates it with tea, so I'll just say some cup of teas.
I've been told that it's kind of like a cool thing to be able to say. That's why I'm like, teach me. Yeah, that's what I don't know. That's just what I was told.
Well, maybe I'm cool then.
I think you're very cool because you are now the second female to have been drafted. What are you looking forward to in the fall? What are you going to prepare? How are you going to show up to be your best?
Well, definitely I'm going to turn the training up. Obviously, it's very physical, and I want to do the team proud. Definitely just like looking back on videos, like just remembering all my improvements and everything.
Now, I also want to have to highlight, a lot of these guys are in the mechanic field, that's their line of work, or they're pilots. You're in law.
Yeah.
How do you have that come into play and help you, if anything, in the racing world? Maybe with your new contract? How about that?
Maybe I can give it a read through, make sure it's all good. But no, yeah, I love it. It's my subject I'm doing the best in, so hopefully I can get somewhere in that as well.
Well, maybe you can, like you said, you can practice on this contract, and then you can start doing your own, and then you guys won't even need to do contracts because you'll have her to do them.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. It was nothing to do with this. It was just to do with that. And I know, but it's great to have you on board. And I think we were looking at the performance, and I think Arjuna just pointed out that there was some consistency in there that was really key. But I think ultimately what we do and what we do at Guild is try to give women the ability to go out and do this. And ultimately we want to do that from a sim racing standpoint. We want to do it right through to motorsports. So I think it all aligned perfectly. And when I was looking through everything, you were a perfect match. So congratulations.
Well, congratulations to both of you. And again, the women are excited. We're so thrilled to have two women now part of the series coming up this fall. Congratulations to both of you. Arjuna, it's a ladies' night over here. Do you feel left out?
I'm just really glad that we're getting to see all of these drivers with the smiles on their faces, because we know how much this means to them, and I can't wait to see the reaction from the remaining drivers that we've still got left to draft. Let's welcome back to the stage Daniela Haddad, team manager for Team TC Racing, as we get ready for their final pick in this Prodigy Draft. He gets the shirt ready.
21st.
And so, with the 21st pick in the 2024 Prodigy Draft, Team TC Racing picks Dino Filippa from Argentina. We can't even see him because he's so excited. And a reminder, Team Outlaws is now officially on the clock. It's so cool seeing that reaction from Dino. We saw some improvement from Dino despite the fact English is not his first language, and it was great that Andrew Carbonell, his coach, was able to talk to him in the native tongue, and we feel like that helped him get that speed consistency built up over the course of Prodigy Week Part 1. He also enjoyed potatoes 3 different ways on a very special dinner. That's a story again for another time. We're going to send Daniele over to have his chat with Giuliano. They'll have a chat with Dino as well. We're going to take a look at the stats for Dino Filippo, though, because he came in with no real racing car experience, but a very dedicated and committed sim racer. We saw that same level of intensity brought to the real car. The it factor at 82 maybe only represents the fact that he doesn't speak English as comfortably as anyone else, but his personality shines brightest when you're able to talk to him. Let's have a chat with Dino, Giuliana, and Daniele.
Thank you, Arjuna. Daniele, your team is complete. Right, yes. How happy are you right now with all of who you have, and especially with about Dino?
We are very happy, obviously. I think that we achieved what we wanted today, even more than expected, in my opinion. So obviously, I am very happy. I think Dino is the perfect fit in our team. So we have 4 drivers very, very good that I'm sure they will be racing very well together. They will improve each other. So I'm very confident with him. I'm watching you on the screen right now, so make me smile. And I'm very happy to be with you. So let's go all together, and I think we can do very well.
Amazing. Dino, I've got to ask you, I don't really know the entire story about these potatoes. Can you give me a brief synopsis really quick?
When we are eating, I order, I don't know how to say, fresh potatoes, and
yes.
I say I don't know how, but I don't know how to say, but
I think I can help you because it's making sense. They made you try potatoes in 3 different forms. Okay, great.
Yes.
So you had them probably mashed, maybe a tater tot, and a French fry. And what?
Yes,
a baked potato. Arjuna's over there helping me out. Well, I love that was your experience in Atlanta. Dino, I know that the language is a little bit hard for you, but its smile is over there. Is your family there with you, celebrating right now?
No, I am alone because I live not in my family house, but I really want to say thank you for all the Prodigy team, from my team to get confident to select me. And well, I really anxious to be on the car again and stay with the guys who are really nice.
That's amazing. He said he's very excited to be a part of your team and to be with the guys and be in your car. So I just wanted to relay what he said.
As well. So obviously we are very happy. I'm looking forward to meet you in person and with all the team. So I'm pretty sure that will be a great experience altogether.
Congratulations to both of you. Dino, we'll see you in the fall. Arjuna, who do we have up next?
I'm glad we finally told that story about the potato debacle that happened during Prodigy Week Part 1. We've got 3 more picks in the 2024 Prodigy Draft. Let's welcome back to the stage Team Outlaws team principal Laurie Burgess for the final pick for this team. Very excited to see how this all forms up. And so with the 22nd pick in the 2024 Prodigy Draft, Team Outlaws complete their team with Jan von der Heide from Germany. Jan's competed in the likes of Virtual Le Mans, the highest level of endurance sim racing there is. He's raced alongside major real-world drivers in the sim world, and now over the last year or so has been working with Mantime Motorsports in their simulator department to help out their GT3 aces get faster. And he only showed up to Prodigy Week on a day's notice. Unfortunately, Julian Klaffenbach unable to attend. Racing Prodigy got Jan von der Heide to come and join us, and what a performance we saw from him. Team G2 is now officially on the clock as Jan von der Heide, the best dressed of our drivers as well, bow tie to complete the look makes his way to the top of the stage and gets ready to meet his new team principal, Laurie Burgess. Congrats, Jan. Grab your shirt, grab your hat. And we'll send you over to have your chat with Juliana now as well. Congrats, Jan. Congrats, Laurie. 4 drivers drafted. And with Team G2 now officially on the clock, it means not far away from you, the fans, helping Team Sucker Punch, fueled by fans, pick the last driver in the 2024 Prodigy Draft. It's great that they are helping to transform motorsports by bringing you, the fans, into this entire process. Can't wait to see who you will pick as the final of our drafted drivers. Let's go over to Juliana, though, have a chat with Jan van der Heide.
Thank you, Arjuna. I kind of feel like I maybe had, I knew what this was going to happen. We just chatted downstairs for anyone just tuning in now. Jan, it happened. What do you think?
What a journey, right? It's amazing. Honestly, like being here, finishing runner-up in the selection show, thinking I didn't make it to Prodigy Week, then the late call-up less than 24 hours before my flight went from Germany to the US. It's, amazing. Lost for words, honestly.
How are you going to prepare yourself for the fall?
Well, I guess now that I have some preparation time compared to last time.
They gave you a little bit of a head's notice.
That's true, yeah. So I have to work on that. Maybe I get some advice in that regard, because that's a new situation for me, I guess. But yeah, so privileged, really. To everybody out there, and the Prodigy team, it's a unique opportunity, something I've been chasing, pretty much my whole life, back from watching Formula 1 with my granddad to this, actually being allowed to race cars in real life. It's, amazing.
Laurie, what's some advice you can leave with him?
Oh my gosh, I think it's more like him giving me advice. He's the pro here today and has some incredible racing chops, and we're excited to help market him and help him with his marketing and social media and just see him fly.
Well, it seems like you both have fire in your bellies and you're going to be ready in the fall. Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
Arjuna, the next pick is in, correct?
Indeed. 2 more picks left in the 2024 Prodigy Draft. Let's welcome back to the stage for the final time today, G2's team manager, Nick Dealey, who slides the card over to me. He's got the jersey and the hat ready for their driver. And so with the 23rd pick in the 2024 Prodigy Draft, Team G2 pick Michael Romanidis from Greece. Michael is unable to be with us here today. He had an eye surgery not long ago. He's recovering from that, and the Coanda esports driver is at home and with a smile on his face. Michael has competed at the top level of esports for more than 6 years now. He was in F1 esports long ago and continues to race at the very top levels with his Coanda esports teammates. We'll send Nick over to Juliana. They'll chat with Michael in a few moments' time. And while we wait to do it, just a reminder, Team Sucker Punch, fueled by fans, is now on the clock. You, the fans, in the live stream chat, have your chance to make your voice heard. Make sure you pick the driver that will be the final draftee in this inaugural Prodigy Draft. Let's turn it over, though, to Juliana, standing by with Nick Dealey and Michael Romanidis at home.
Thank you, Arjuna. Michael, I can see you on the screen. You have tears in your eyes. Did you think this was going to happen today? You're cutting it kind of close.
Well, yeah, it was basically the last pick for me, but wow, that was really stressful. Just a roller coaster of emotions today. Yeah, I knew it was probably going to be close, just judging by my score. But yeah, just so happy to be picked so late on. It is just an insane emotion, and yeah, just big thank you to G2. Since week 2 ended, my mind has just been on the championship, even though I didn't know if I was going to get picked. I just want to go out there and try to win, so I'm so happy to be picked based on the on-track stuff, and yeah, I can't wait to show all of it again.
Now, you've said that this is your only dream. Is that really true?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
It's really just
I wanted you to say yes, because this
passion.
is a huge accomplishment and it's very special. Congratulations to yourself on that, your only dream. But I have to ask you, do you have your family and friends around with you right now to celebrate?
I don't at the moment in the house, but I'm sure they're so happy, and I'm gonna be on the phone very soon with them. But yeah, big thanks to them, and also big thanks to Racing Prodigy. all the sponsors who make this possible. You know, this really wouldn't be a thing a year ago to even think about being a real race car driver. So yeah, this is a lot to process, but just a huge thank you, and yeah, thank you for a great show.
Amazing. We love to hear it. Your team has been picked. How are you feeling?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, very happy with what we got, and yeah, we look forward to it.
What did you see in here that you didn't see in another driver that you left downstairs?
It's a bit harsh on those left downstairs, to be honest. I mean, Michael's been around sim racing for a long time. We've seen him on track. He's obviously a very fast competitor in there, and like you said, it's his dream. Then yeah, we're very happy to provide that opportunity for him.
We love to see dreams coming true. Congratulations to both of you. Oh, I am being told to keep going. Is this your first time in London?
No, came 20 years ago or so. I'm showing my age now, but yeah, a long time ago now.
Are you enjoying your stay so far?
I've only got here this morning, so
So you're fresh to London. Well, what are you going to do while you're here? I hope you have a little bit of time to explore.
A little bit. See what the weather's doing first.
Okay, well,
So
I just right now it looks like it's a little bit sunny, so maybe we'll be in for some good weather tonight and tomorrow.
for about 10 minutes then.
Let's be positive, okay? We need some positivity. We don't want the rain.
We don't. No, we've had enough of it in the UK, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Arjuna, we need some positivity over there. I think we have our last pick from the fans, right?
Still waiting for the fans to have their say. About 50 seconds left on the clock as we wait for the pick to become official. But as we get ready to close out the 2024 Prodigy Draft, I want to just send a message to all of you watching that your job, it's not done when you finish voting for Team Sucker Punch fueled by fans. For the 24 prodigies that will be grinning from ear to ear, signing their professional race car contracts, there are unfortunately the 8 prodigies that do not get the chance to be drafted. They will still get the chance next week on racingprodigy.com to be voted in by you as reserve drivers. They'll fight for more seat time in the Radical SR1. They'll fight to represent one of those 6 teams if the need may arise. Their journey is not done. You still have a part to play in making all of that happen. I'm watching the time tick down. The pick has officially just come in, and so let me welcome back to the stage for the final time today, Team Principal of Sucker Punch Fueled by Fans, Brian Schmucker. Brian, before we get the pick announced, talk to me about this process of bringing the fans in to help make your decision for you.
Right, I thought it was important. And Racing Prodigy is all about the racers, and it's all about people participating that wouldn't have the opportunity to participate, whether as a race car driver, whether as an engineer or a coach, and bringing the fans in brings everybody into one family, which Racing Prodigy is about. It is one family with a common goal to give those the opportunity that maybe wouldn't have got the opportunity without this great platform. So we're excited about it, and it's a nail biter because I will say all 32 drivers deserve to be up here. All 32 drivers deserve to have one of those spots. And unfortunately, this time around, it's only going to be 24, but the future is bright. Work harder, try harder, don't give up, and keep pursuing your dream.
They were one of 100,000 people trying to be here. They were here. They did at least that much. So
go ahead. The best for last, maybe, right?
And so, with the final pick in the 2024 Prodigy Draft, Team Sucker Punch, fueled by fans, picks Jai Fletcher from the United Kingdom.
He's excited. This will be a fun walk up.
Jai's story is remarkable. I saw on social media, he put on, I think, Twitter a couple of days ago, this was, he felt, his last chance. This is what this opportunity means to these drivers. He's got support from Rupe Kirkapa alongside, Camden Hibbett's there, and even Craig Laws. Unfortunately not drafted, but very close with Jai, there to lend his support. Again, this is what this opportunity represents to the drivers. A chance to not just live out the childhood dream, but a dream for some that they thought had officially come to an end. I can't wait to have a chat with Jai. I can't wait for him to set in, for this to settle in. Let's take a look at his stats as he begins to wrap his way up the stairs. Hugs from everybody. Great to see the camaraderie. So Jai Fletcher, 87.9, the overall prospect score. On track and off track, we saw plenty from him. The it factor, 84%, or 84. I tell you what, he's definitely got a bit of the it factor, especially if he can describe some of these emotions to us. We know just how much this means to him. He'll make his way to the top of the stairs and he'll officially meet his new team principal, Brian Schmucker from Team Sucker Punch, fueled by fans. And so, I think you've made a great pick. I think the fans have made a great pick as well. Jai, let's send you off to have a chat with Juliana so you can talk about exactly what this means to you. Brian, you'll go off with Jai as well. And so now all of our draftees know exactly who they are. Our 6 racing teams know who will represent them in the Prodigy 3 Racing Championship later this year. Let's go have a chat with Jai and his new team principal as they stand by with Juliana.
You should be able to believe it. Arjuna, thank you so much. I was just asking Jai, can you believe it? He says no. I mean, you had to sit down there for the entire day.
Yeah.
And
I know, why would they do this to me?
the fans, they did it for you. What do you think?
I've worked so hard for this. I know going into Prodigy Week, I've only been racing a year. I'm a year into this journey. Ever since Prodigy Week ended, I've invested a lot of my own money into a simulator. I've been playing iRacing so much with Rupe Kirkpa, who got selected as well. I want to say thank you to everyone that voted for me. I can't tell you how much this means to me. From being priced out of motorsports at a very young age to going into severe debt last year so I could compete in 4 kart races. It's been a long journey, but I feel like it's worth it now.
I think it's definitely worth it. You're going to have to do something special for all of them on social. What do you have anything in mind?
I can try and make a video. I'm not the best at making videos, but
I can tell you who you should go ask. You should go ask Camden and Brenna and Alexander. Yes, Alexandra was also, and Craig. You already know everyone.
And Brandon too.
Yeah, it's incredible.
You already know. You know what? You should also just ask Lori too. She's here too. She'll help you. This is so incredible. You were my first interview and you're going to be my last. I'm so happy. We love seeing you in Atlanta. We had a lot of fun. He's a great interviewee, I should say. What are you going to do to prepare other than what you've already been doing for the fall?
I genuinely feel like I'm an unrecognisable driver from Prodigy Week. I obviously came from street kart, so you can't really master the arts of trail braking, understanding aerodynamics on a car and things like that. So I'll be doing a deep dive into understanding the vehicle dynamics of the car I'll be driving, understanding the data more, because that's a bit of a weak point for me, but I'll work on it. And also just get in the gym, keep training, and be ready to hit the track in October, I think it is.
Undecided, but I think you're right. I think you might be right.
It's around the fall sometime. I don't know. I can't remember.
That's okay. Unnecessary right now. The real thing to remember is you have a new contract. Brian, the fans have selected your last pick. Your team has set. What do you think?
Well, I think if there's a way to really give back to the fans, you kick butt on the racetrack. So you work really hard between now and October. Strenuous fitness exercise and fitness. Max Pappas is going to put together a program for the 4 of you, and you go hard or go home. So this is your opportunity, the last pick, but it's up to you to make something of it.
Once in a lifetime.
Jai, I hope that you like pickle juice, because you're gonna.
We're gonna keep you hydrated.
I've still got like 2 red ones at home. I had one when I first got there at Atlanta, and it flushes your whole system out. It's great.
It gives you energy and keeps you no cramps, and you're going to be working out hard. Max has a plan. You're going to be sweating a lot, so this is going to be good.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations to both of you. Arjuna, it seems very, very crowded over where you are right now. I don't know if we're going to do a roundup of this last draft we just had, the round we just had, or if there's something new that I don't know about.
Yeah, we've got all the drivers up here. It's a very, very busy time. Let's recap what we've just seen in the final round of our 2024 Prodigy Draft as our final 6 draftees find out exactly what their future holds. Of course, Team Williams Esports picks first, Team Guild, Team TC, Team Outlaws, Team G2, and then finally you, the fans, helping Team Sucker Punch, fueled by fans, pick Jai Fletcher as the final of our drivers drafted here for the 2024 Prodigy Draft. And what a draft it has been, what an experience. As a reminder, you the fans, you still have your part to play. Next week on racingprodigy.com, make sure you vote for our reserve drivers. Of the 8 drivers that went undrafted today, 6 of them will be on call, fighting for more seat time in the Radical SO1, and the top vote getters will be the ones locked in as our reserve drivers. There's still a lot for us to do here at Racing Prodigy as we continue to make our way to the start of the Prodigy 3 Racing Championship later this year. On the week before we go racing, all of our drafted drivers link up with their teams and head to Sound Hollow in Tennessee for the Prodigy Boot Camp. They will get put through their paces one final time and get ready to go racing. When we return to the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains to the Atlanta Motorsports Park, October 22nd and October 23rd for the very first race in the Prodigy 3 Racing Series. There's still more news to come about Season 2 of Prodigy Racing League esports competitions, so if you want to be part of our mission, make sure you stay tuned on social media and you join us for Prodigy 3 and the Racing Championship. It will take us to March of 2025 to crown our first Ethereal champion and to close Season 1 of the Prodigy Racing League. For everyone behind the scenes, Juliana alongside here at London, but everyone that has made this happen, thank you for supporting Racing Prodigy's mission of removing barriers to motorsports. Dreams have been turned to reality, and 24 sim racers will sign professional racing contracts to go racing later this year. The future's not just bright, the future's now, and we'll see you from Atlanta on October 22nd.